Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you guys are ready for some WCW action, showing World Championship Wrestling a little love tonight. We're going to do a Vault or WCW YouTube channel watch along tonight with 8 matches that I have pre-selected, totaling about 3 hours, and we're going to do this tonight. I thought this would be a fun idea. You guys seemed to agree, so we're going to be doing WCW this evening. Hopefully we are not going up against any important games or sports. I know my Detroit Pistons won today in their Game 7 by pretty much blowing out the Orlando Magic. So if you are watching some NBA or whatever's going on tonight, hopefully you can join us for a little while tonight because we have 8 pretty cool matches to watch from WCW. And I picked a bunch from all over the place. We got a couple from pay-per-view, couple from Nitro, Thunder, Clash of Champions, all different years. And most all of these are in the 90s except for I think one match. I think the match we're actually opening with that you see on your screen there, we're going to open up with this WCW Thunder Battle Royal from, I didn't even realize this. How about that? How cool is that? That's a happy accident. The Battle Royal that we're going to watch first tonight, today is the 26th anniversary of it. May 3rd, 2000. We're going to watch this Thunder Battle Royal. But anyway, if you guys scroll down to the description there, you're going to see the matches with the links that I've provided for you for each match that we're going to watch tonight, and I put them in the order in which we're going to watch them. So as you see down there, we are going to watch that Thunder Battle Royal first, and all of these matches, for the most part, I believe, were taken from WCW's YouTube channel, like their YouTube Vault channel. So I thought this would be a fun one to do tonight. So anyway, how you guys doing? Thanks for being here. Thanks to everyone who was here yesterday for our nearly 3-hour podcast where we got into everything. And now we are here to kick back and relax as Tito is pacing around. I think he's hungry. I always have kibble handy. Here, come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Let him eat. So we're going to kick back and watch some WCW tonight. And not a lot of these matches are like big, memorable matches. A lot of these I haven't even seen. That's why I picked them. Of the 8 matches that I picked, I think I've seen 3. That's it. So there's some randos on there, as you see, just to run through them. We're going to watch, we're going to open up with that Thunder Battle Royal from May 3rd, 2000. Then we're going to watch a tag team match from Nitro, I believe in 99, Hogan and Hennig. Kurt Hennig and Hulk Hogan teaming up against Ric Flair and Lex Luger. That's wild. Steve Austin versus Scott Steiner from WCW Saturday Night back in like 93 or 91, or I don't know when that was. Ricky Steamboat versus Vader, WCW Saturday Night from 1994. Steiners versus Doom, the title versus mask match at Clash of Champions 10. Also Flair Sting versus Rude and Vader at Clash of Champions 16. Goldberg versus Scott Hall, stun gun ladder match, WCW Sold Out 1999. And Dustin Rhodes, Flying Brian, and Sting versus Paul Orndorff, Rick Rude, and Steve Austin, Super Brawl 4. So all 8 of these matches total about 3 hours, about the length of a normal, ordinary pay-per-view. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'll say hello to everybody here in the chat, let you guys get going here and get set up for however you want to follow along here. And then we will begin. Now, we will watch each match individually, and we'll start the timer for each match. So as you follow along, just sync up your timer with the timer on the screen there, and that's kind of how you follow along. I have killed ads on this video, but if you don't have premium, you're going to be probably bugged by a bunch of ads. So I don't know how you can manage that, but that's kind of what the timer is for. But you shouldn't be interrupted over here with me, but who knows what's going to be going on any of your links. But if you have premium, it'll be very easy for you to follow along because you don't have to worry about any ads. So anyway, that's how we do it here. I'm going to say hello to everyone in the chat while you guys get set up, and then we will hit play on the WCW Thunder Battle Royal from 26 years ago exactly. How crazy is that? Happy accident. I just randomly picked that match, and it happened to be the anniversary. Well, right on. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Good to see Melissa, Ryan Adams, big funds. We got Garrett in the house as well. Gilbert Arbalo. Pistons survive a grueling series. Yeah, 3-1. They were down to Orlando. I swear it was either their championship year in like 03 or right before they won the title. Maybe the year before. But I think they were also down 3-1 to the Magic. They were down 3-1, and somebody, it was either Orlando or Indiana, but I think it was Orlando. And somebody on the team basically looked ahead. We're already looking to the next round. They said something in a press conference, like, yeah, we're looking forward to facing so-and-so in the next round, but they were only up 3-1, and I think it was Rip Hamilton took great offense to that, and Pistons came back and won the series. I don't remember if that was the year they won the championship or not, but I think it was Orlando. So they were down 3-1, and then the other night for Game 6 in Orlando, they were down like 20 at halftime. And they came all the way back and won, sent Game 7 back to Motown, and got it done tonight. So way to go, Pistons. I can't believe they like won 5 games 2 years ago, and now they're like the number 1 seed. I don't understand how that works, but I'm a longtime Pistons fan, so happy for them. So it's a little easier tonight to be hanging out now that I know I got a big win under my belt. We are Pro Wrestling. Happy to see you, bro. In case we got some questions about some of these matches, Coco Anarchy is here, Ricky Zalvadar, William Cullen, Mike Rouse, Ian Dunn, Daniel Barry Sports, and George Morris with the $5. Thanks, dude. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito and Elizabeth? Tomorrow, my cat Strudel, vet appointment for routine checkup, and she turns 12 on Tuesday. Strudel is a year behind Tito. He's doing good, but he's got some problems right now. He's got an ear infection, bacterial staph infection in his ears. So in addition to his insulin shots that I give him twice a day, I have to give him ear drops in his ear twice a day, and he is so good. He just, and the vet's like, he's going to fucking hate it, and he is just so cooperative. He's the best cat in the fucking world. I have to give him these ear drops in his ear, and he trusts, he knows that I'm trying to help him and fix him. And so anyway, he's doing really good, and he's got a follow-up appointment on Wednesday to make sure that the ear drops work and the infection is gone. Shout out to Strudel. Elizabeth is still kicking ass, recovering from her ACL surgery, and all is good in the hood over here. Cowboys fan in the house as well. Good to see you. Mike Witt, appreciate the $10, bro. Hey, Greg and chat, just watched my favorite WCW match ever today on YouTube. I Quit match between Ric Flair and Terry Funk, Clash 9. Loved WCW when I was a kid. I remember that. I remember the match that set that up. It was the Flair Steamboat match that put I think like Funk was like a judge for it or something, and he attacked Flair after the match, and then they had the I Quit match, I think, at Clash. I think that's how that went down, if I remember correctly. My WCW history knowledge isn't as sharp as WWE's, but I have a general sense and memory of what went on back in the day. Yeah, good to see Victor and the Juliet. Ramon Coffee, it's Robert. Domo is here. T85204. Who else am I missing? Chris and Chris Ludek chime in with $10. We'll read this one, and then we will hit it on the Battle Royal. Yeah, T-Mac. That's who it was. Thank you, Chris. Hey, Greg, the series was in 03 versus Orlando, and it was T-Mac who said he was happy to move to the second round. P.S. I'm still not over how Duke lost to UConn. If you don't know, look up Mullins versus Duke. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that, but, growing, that, I grew up in North Carolina, and I don't think I would have had anything against Duke had I not moved down there from Michigan as a kid and just had to be surrounded by these little hillbilly Duke fans that weren't smart enough to go to a community college, let alone Duke, but yet talked about we this and we that. We won. I'm like, what the fuck did you win? You don't even go there. So anyway, it drove me nuts. So I kind of developed like an aversion to like UNC and Duke specifically. I didn't hate NC State so much because they weren't as good, and they were all often, the bitch of some of those other schools. But man, Duke and Carolina, I grew up hating them, but I respect the dog shit out of Coach K. I have met Roy Williams before. I've been to both stadiums, Camden and Dean, and I got respect for him now. But boy, oh boy, back then I was very, very anti-Duke. But yeah, that's right. 03, I had my memory right. It was Orlando, and it was McGrady who was talking to smack, and they lost. Cool. Anyway, all right, so let's start the first match. Hopefully you've got it pulled up. Use the links that I have below just in case these matches exist in multiple forms on YouTube. I want to make sure you use the right one so you can properly follow along. And we are going to hit play right now on this large battle royal consisting of Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, and a lot of other guys. Jarrett is in this thing, and Douglas, and just everybody from WCW in 2000. So this is May 3rd, 2000, right before, I guess, Bash at the Beach and when Hogan would be gone for good, and then they are less than a year away from selling to the WWE. So these are the end days of WCW. Luckily, we're not on Netflix tonight, so we're not going to do the reverse timer, just the regular-ass timer here. And let's do it. This match, by the way, runtime, according to YouTube, on this match is 25 minutes and 39 seconds long. So, right on. Happy Sunday. Happy watch-along Sunday. Let's rock on some WCW. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. All right, we got Kidman. Oh, man, we got Ernest Miller and Kidman and Stasiak and Candido and Sonny. Holy shit. I think that's the Wall, Jarrett, Douglas, Vampiro, and Buff is the Stuff. They look like they're already been through hell. Now they got to come out for a battle royal? I never watched Thunder. I probably watched 3 episodes total of Thunder in my life. Oh, my God. Look at this nonsense. There's Bischoff. There's Russo. So is this during the Bischoff? Is this like the New Blood versus Hogan and crew? Is that... Where was the Millionaires Club? Was that WCW or TNA? I feel like that was TNA. Crazy seeing Sonny there, huh? Bischoff, you're Mike. Who's locked away?
It's real simple. Vince Russo, while we may have a lot in common, the big difference between...
Like WCW, they knew how bad they were getting their asses kicked at this time, too.
He's an in-your-face kind of guy. It's been real simple tonight. Me, on the other hand...
Okay, this was the go home to Slamboree. Thank you. And the winner of the Battle Royal becomes #1 contender. Okay. Okay. I have no idea who wins. This will be fun.
We tried to do this the right way. Well, wait a minute. We tried to be sportsmen. What? We tried to create a level playing field. That's right. But that wasn't good enough for you. So let me put it to you like this. You guys want guerrilla warfare? I think that's a great idea. Hey, Millionaires Club!
Oh, it is Millionaires Club.
Hey, are you back there? Are you listening?
Was there a Millionaires Club in TNA, too? What am I thinking over there? Didn't they have a Millionaire something?
Well, you got it. All right. The fans want it, I can tell you that one. I do. Bischoff calling them out. So what is
All right. Oh, Flair's in this, too. Boy, they got everybody in this. So these are all the new blood guys in WCW. Looks like Steiner's a part of that new blood, though. He should be in the old blood with the old guys. And who? And the Millionaires Club is who? Like Flair and Hogan? Flair and Hogan were in a faction together? Is that what was happening here? It can't be right. Flair in a T-shirt. That's nice. Sonny is starting to trend into trash department there, getting a little more trailer-y looking at by each passing year there. Starting to look like a real Tammy.
You're looking at it right here. You're looking at the future, Nature Boy.
Or a Brandy or a Crystal or what other trailer park names are there? Tammy's popular. Look at these guys. Sting, Hennig, Flair, Hogan, Crush, Luger, DDP. Look at Hennig's boots. I didn't know this match had a whole promo battle before. What happened to Vampiro? Did he get a bloodbath or something? Did the Brood come and attack him? Where's Randy Savage? They have him listed in this thing. Has he been out or something, and this is where he returns? Oh, does Savage win it? Was Savage ever champion when he transitioned into the jacked, gorgeous George version of himself? Did he ever win the title when he had that look? Crazy seeing Candido and Hogan in the same ring. Look at the size of the fucking wall. He was one guy that kind of got a little bit over in WCW. He passed away, too, way, way young. Oh, this was Randy's last WCW appearance. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I guess, yeah, people were starting to jump off the ship by this point. I mean, hell, there's only a few months left. By the time they got to that final Nitro, nobody was there. Except for Sting, Flair, and Luger. And Jarrett. But I think everybody else was kind of gone. Hogan and Goldberg and all those guys were just kind of not there. Even though they were still under contract. Same with Nash. I like that everybody's just kind of having this battle royal in whatever they happen to be wearing. Flair and Luger are both in T-shirts, I think. Is Flair even in there? Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's way in the corner. He's on the outside of the ring. He won the title with it for one day. Okay. I was just trying to think of when he was jacked with that black shirt he has on and that jet black hair and the glasses. I could kind of picture him with the world title, but I must be thinking of something else. I mean, if Savage is not out there, that means he must show up. And if it's his last appearance, I'm not guessing that he's going to win. Savage and Crush in the same ring. Wow. Did Savage and Bryan Adams ever have a match in WCW? He came in '97 after the screw job, joined the NWO, and then he was there a couple years before Chronic became a thing, right? Was there a Savage Adams summit on Nitro? I mean, as somebody that was 23 years old at the time, this was so uninteresting compared to what WWE was doing. I mean, we're right off of Backlash where Rock won the title when Austin came back, you know, beat Triple H and one of the greatest pops of all time. We're on the road to Judgment Day here where the American Badass is going to come back and Rock will drop the title again. And into that wild summer of 2000 where things were pretty fun. People can just come down and music can play during a battle royal. Oh, I didn't even see Conan in there. What's up, Conan? Oh, okay. It's Harlem. I forgot it's Ahmed. I forgot Ahmed Johnson was there. What a disappointment he was to me. I had such high hopes for him. I was so in love with him when he came in '95 in WWE. I'm like, oh, yeah, we need somebody new and fresh and awesome. And like within a year, less than a year, you could tell that, well, he ain't going to be the guy. I think Ahmed Johnson was... I think WWE kind of wished he would have been what Goldberg was for WCW. They're a lot alike, too, in the ring. Very reckless, but very agile and intimidating. But they both would do some crazy stuff sometimes. Look at, I like this overhead shot. Feels like that's more than 20 men. Here comes Jim the Anvil Abbott. So is Flair even in this match, or is he just out there with a pipe? Out there laying pipe, like always. Mike, appreciate the 5. Was this after Arquette's title reign? I think it is, because I think that was 99. I think that was all tied into that movie, Ready to Rumble. So, yeah, I think this was after. that. They had already had that triple cage thing match, right? I think this was all after. Oh, you sent one earlier? Did I miss it? How'd I miss it? I read your Clash of Champions one. Oh, the other one. There it is. Oh, shit, Mike. You're going to be 49 this coming Wednesday, and you just ordered tickets to SummerSlam. First pay-per-view I've seen in holy shit. First one in person. Wow, well, SummerSlam is going to be fun. Punk is definitely going to be there unless he's injured. Otherwise, he will definitely be there. I'm hoping it's going to be Punk and Cody. And if you see that, that's going to be badass. 49, holy crap. You're going to beat me. I'm going to be 49 in September. I'm so glad you're older than me. So next year, when you turn 50, between the time you turn 50 and I turn 50, I'm going to be talking so much smack about you turning 50. I'm going to be like, Mike, what's it like to be 50? Because I wouldn't know. You know, I'm only 49. You, of course, are 50. And that's going to be really fun. You know, because I'm still in my 40s down here. But you, you're in your 50s. And, boy, I'm glad I ain't there. Those are the type of things I'm going to say to you next year. I don't believe a YouTuber should be older than everyone in his chat. So, thanks. Hennig's gone. Maybe rap ain't crap. Maybe rap's pretty good. That's what you get for dissing rap. This is like a 40-man battle royal. Nobody's doing anything. Buff is wearing a hat. They're all just standing there. I mean, the only reason I picked this match is because I saw it in the playlist. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. But not exactly the best battle royal I've ever seen. That overhead shot is wild. Nobody has been... How have none of these people been eliminated yet? There's only like 10 minutes left. I mean, they're all laughing in there. Like, I can see Norman Smiley, like, literally laughing. Smiling. I forgot my energy shot. 1 second. Okay, how did Chronic get out? I missed that. Commercial, we're back. This Wild Thunder, and I gotta wonder. Mike, I don't know if Greg Gagne's going to be at SummerSlam. He might be. Oh, cool. Going back to AEW shows when they're there in July. Detroit in late July. Cool. I do plan on hitting them up when they are here next time, too. Last time they were around the Southern California area, I didn't go. If they're in San Diego, obviously I'll go. But I'll try to catch them next time as well, especially if they're around for a Dynamite. They had a Dynamite in Oceanside last year, which is right up the road. I didn't go. So I want to make sure I go next time. Who is that? I can't even tell who that is. Is that Big Vito? Tony Mama Luke? Something happened with him. I didn't even look at the video. Big Vito was struggling or scuffling with some fan, but I didn't know if it was a work or not, so I didn't care. I just scrolled right past it. I'm like, I don't care if it's real or not real. I just don't care. I didn't even give it any of my time. Yeah, did they eliminate each other, Sting and Vampiro? I'm guessing they did. Vampiro. Oh, Sunday is the Triple Cage. So is Arquette champ right now? And then Jarrett wins this? Is that what's happening? Okay, we're looking it up.
It's warfare even out here at the broadcast table. We need a fox roll. No, we don't. This is the place to be. Look at this, the franchise choking Hulk Hogan. Trying to choke the life out of Hulk Hogan.
All right.
I think so. And look at
2000. I'm about to find out. Man, this title changes hands a lot. It is David Arquette. He's champ right now. He just won the title last week. This is May 3rd. He won the title on the 26th, which would have been the previous Nitro probably, or Thunder. It was Thunder. I think he won it on Thunder. Yeah. Okay, so David Arquette won the championship the previous week's Thunder. This is a battle royal to determine who he faces at Slamboree, which is coming up this weekend. Hi, Medusa. How have you been? That's crazy. Yeah, I was thinking it was before. Or in 99. There's Mona. That is, Mona is Molly Holly. I think. Isn't Mona Molly Holly? Or was she Miss Madness? Or is Mona and Miss Madness the same thing? Yeah. Oh, there she is. Yeah. That's Molly Holly right there. Oh, no, she is Mona. Yeah, okay. I thought Tony Schiavone was calling the other one Mona. You know what's funny? I did not like the Scream movies. I saw the first one, and what was funny about that is when I saw the first one, I had not seen, up until that point, I had never seen Usual Suspects. So I didn't understand that they were spoofing the end there with the Doofy character or whatever. I didn't even get that. And it's like Austin Powers or Ace Ventura. I don't love the over-the-top humor stuff. You know, Scary Movie, just, what do you, like, blast this jizz onto his girlfriend and she, like, sticks to the ceiling? Like, I mean, it's funny, but those movies aren't really my thing. So I only saw the first, I'm thinking Scary Movie, excuse me. The Scary Movie that was spoofing Scream. I had never seen Usual Suspects, but I have not seen any of the Scream movies. So I've seen 0 Screams, and I've only seen 1 Scary Movie. I love how people just randomly come out. Here comes Duggan. And we got Medusa and Molly Holly in there. We got women. Flair's in there. Harlem Heat randomly came out. I haven't even acknowledged Bam Bam Bigelow yet. And there he goes. Duggan's got his 2x4 in his janitor clothes because he's a janitor. Mother of Jesus. There goes Tank. Oh, thank you. Oh, shit. Are you serious? July 1st? That's the day before I leave for Hawaii. Doesn't mean I can't still go. Oh, that's bad timing, man. Who is this? Oh, it's Savage. It's got to be Savage. Bobby, higher, higher, higher. So he makes this grand entrance, and this is his last appearance? What's the story behind that? Ooh, yeah. Hogan and Kidman, they have a pay-per-view match against each other at some point, what, right?
I know you don't know. You're sitting here with me. And Kidman, Terry Bollea,
I know you don't know. You're sitting here with me. It's funny.
tell how long these guys have been in and how it's worn them down. But do you think that stops them? Every ounce of their own red blood that they have in their body, they'll fight.
I love that I confused Scream and Scary Movie for a minute. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of either franchise.
Everybody we could possibly see tonight. He's walking through the go position, which is the next door before he.
God, boy, they're dragging this out, aren't they?
We think it's a he. Or this person.
I swear, no less than 4 wrestlers had jeans on. Oh, there he is, yeah, looking good with the sparkly Jericho jacket. I like it. I like it. Oh, this is his music now.
Everybody stop. Are you ready? Step into this. They're as shocked as we are. And he's going after the
Going after it. God, he's so jacked. Look how ripped he is in the year 2000. I mean, I would have loved if he could have came back to WWE, like right around this time, like 2000, if he would have gone back. Oh, knocking down Zip. There's Skip. Which one's he? He's Skip. Goodbye, Skip. What a bump by Candido. Fucking look. Savage and Douglas. I've never seen them interact either, ever. They might have been in the Royal Rumble 1991 together. I don't know, but I can't think of any time that Savage and Shane Douglas have ever interacted. Ryan, appreciate it too. No SummerSlam for you. Wife's due date is that week. I mean, if you just brought some duct tape with you, that way if something happens, just tape her up. You know, wait till the show's over and then go to the hospital and let the little fella out, you know. I went to med school. It's safe. Oh, Brett's here too? Brett is here too? I thought Brett was long gone by this point. Isn't he retired? Brett hits. This is crazy. Even Brett is here. I kind of thought Brett would have been gone by this point. The kick from Goldberg came in 99, right? Starrcade 99 was the kick to Brett's head. God, he does not look in great shape there. I mean, why is he even still showing up to TV? I forgot how many times he wrestled after the kick to the head. And I don't even know what Bret Hart's last match actually even was. I thought it was like some tag with Goldberg or something. But he's out here using a chair, getting physical. I was so hyper-focused on WWE around this time, didn't give a shit what they were doing. Now I'm kind of curious to what the story was behind some of these. Good job, Russo. So Russo came in with a bat, tried to hit Flair, hit Douglas instead on his leg, and now Flair's got the belt, and he hits Douglas over the top rope. Oh, man, that is a ground rule double. Flair? No. Is Jarrett, like, hiding under the ring or something? Isn't it Jarrett that gets the fucking title shot? Oh, my God, and they went through a table over here that didn't even get caught on camera. What a WCW, such a mess. You got DDP and... Does this kind of AEW-ish feeling where there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on? It's kind of got like a Anarchy in the Arena vibe to it. Oh, so there's Jarrett up there. So Flair won the thing... But Flair's not the one that gets the title shot at Slamboree. What the hell, man? Why is WCW so deliberately confusing? Oh, yeah. It's over for you guys. Slamboree 2000. What the hell happened? Yeah, it says Jarrett beats David Arquette. So how the fuck did they get from Flair winning this and Douglas beats Flair? So how did Flair... I don't know, man. All right, that match is over, and I have never been more confused in my life. All right, so we watched the Thunder Battle Royal. That was fun. Everybody was in that. I was not expecting the Bret Hart cameo in that. That was wild. Okay, the next one is a tag team match. I think it's from the previous year. This is going to be Hogan and Curt Hennig taking on Ric Flair and Lex Luger. This is going to be from Nitro. This is the same year. About 2 months earlier, March 13th, 2000, Flair, Luger versus Hogan and Hennig. All four of these guys have a lot of history with each other, especially Flair, Luger, and Hennig. The three of them have, all had feuds. And Hogan has had feuds with basically all three guys as well. He dropped the title to Lex Luger. He had title matches with Flair. He had title matches with Hennig. He dropped the title to Luger. He won the title from Flair. Also probably dropped the title to Flair at some point. And Curt Hennig busted up the Winged Eagle years ago when they were feuding in WWE when he was Mr. Perfect. So I thought this would be another interesting match to watch because there's no way I ever saw this. And I thought it was an interesting tag team. Hulk Hogan and Curt Hennig together just sounds weird to me. So anyway, okay, so Flair beats Jarrett for the belt 8 days after Slamboree. Thank you, We Are Pro Wrestling. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you for explaining that. Okay, so that Battle Royal that we watched wasn't to determine the number one contender for Slamboree. That match was already made. It was determined to determine the number one contender after the fact. Oh. That checks out. No, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That makes more sense. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. That's why you guys are here. All right, let's watch this next one. Hogan, Hennig, Flair, and Luger. Runtime on this one is 14 minutes and 21 seconds. All right, we'll do 3, 2, 1. Play here once I find my timer. Where'd you go? There we go. All right, here we go. This should be a fun one from Nitro 2000. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. And again, around this time, I was not even tuning into Nitro. And I'm pretty sure in 2000, I don't remember if they were still doing the replays, but for years, Nitro would replay at night after Raw. So it was really easy to watch the second airing on TNT. And that's how I caught a lot of my Monday Nitro action, was like laying in bed. Like after Raw went off the air and I ate dinner, I'd go to bed and lay in bed and I'd watch Nitro while I'd call the hotlines or whatever before the interwebs, the worldwide interwebs. All right, so Flair and Luger have got... God damn, Elizabeth. Man, I've said it before. WCW Elizabeth was hotter. And WWE Elizabeth was perfection in my mind. But, man, it's hard to beat WCW Liz. Whew. All right, this is earlier tonight. Flair is whipping. Hogan's in his red and yellow here. Is this Hogan's music? What's going on here? Oh, no, is that Hennig's music. This is the music Hennig's using? There he is. I mean, WCW they were still pulling in like decent houses and decent numbers comparatively to now. But in these days, they were doing dismal numbers. But I mean, it probably still drew 3 or 4 million people for this episode, or 2 to 4 million. Or WWE's probably in the 5 to 7 area. Jimmy Hart. So, I mean, my God, all the history here. Hogan leaves in 93, and Vince recreates Hulk Hogan with Lex Luger and tries to do the entire thing again with a different guy. And then people call Vince McMahon a genius. He is not. He's a fool. He's had some of the dumbest ideas I could ever imagine. And I think the Luger being the born-again Hogan was one of the dumbest and silliest things he ever did. Right up there with fake Razor and fake Diesel. Just so pathetically obvious, what he's attempting to do. And no ability to change with the times at all. Vince has always been just so unimaginably out of touch. And it took kind of Paul Heyman and ECW and the NWO to kind of finally open up his eyes and say, hey, enough with the school teachers and the trash men. Let's start making our product somewhat cool for our audience. And then they finally did. But boy, Vince was utterly clueless to what was going on in the business. That's why I always laugh when people are like, oh, Vince is a genius and, and all this. He wasn't really that smart. Now, all of these men, except for Lex Luger, would be back in WWE. All of them together. In 2002, briefly there, Flair, Hogan, and Hennig would all be back in the company in early 2002. But then Hennig would get fired in the plane ride. And Hogan and Flair would stick around. Luger and Hogan, crazy. I remember this was, they battled on the first Nitro. Or they met on the first Nitro. I love the WWF sign in the background there. And then on the second ever Nitro, they faced one-on-one. This is a pretty incredible match of veterans here. I mean, you got Hogan and Hennig and Flair and Luger in a tag with Jimmy Hart on the outside of the ring. I mean, that's pretty incredible. And I'm pretty sure referee... Oh, do I have that right? Is Mickey J? Did he pass away? If not, then Hennig is the only one that is not with us. Or Hennig and Hogan. Excuse me. The executive consultant battling his executive consultee. Northern, we are on the second match down below. Ric Flair and Lex Luger versus Hulk Hogan and Curt Hennig. The link is in the description. Click it and follow along. I will try to have a screenshot of... All these are TV matches, so there's no match graphics for any of this stuff, so I kind of had to put up the best type of image I could find or screenshot I could grab from one of these matches or the thumbnail that WWE's using for them. So that's how you're going to follow along image-wise there, but... I like Flair's got blue trunks, blue knee pads, and red boots. The wrestlers are definitely into their we don't give a shit years here in WCW. That last Battle Royal, half of them were laughing and goofing off in there. Now, I think it was the previous year. I did purchase a couple of pay-per-views in 99, and I think it was uncensored. It was like the cage match between Hogan and Flair, and it was kind of like a double turn. And I think Flair beat him. I can't remember if it was for the title or not. I remember watching that and watching like Hollywood Hogan kind of go babyface and Flair go heel is kind of what I think they told, the story they told that night. And I remember kind of low-key liking it. I still thought WCW was a pile of shit compared to WWE, but I liked that. I remember enjoying that match and being surprised that I enjoyed it.
But he's always been able to shut out the pain. He's always been able to focus on the task at hand. Being becoming a world heavyweight champion, being in a feud such as this, or a strap match that he has on the horizon in 6 days. He did steal that ambulance, you know. He should be in jail right now. Well, we don't know that. Maybe they let him drive it back. Yeah, civil servants often let out ambulances.
I mean, think about this exact match. If this exact match took place in 1990, Flair and Luger versus Hogan and Hennig in 1990, how good that match would be. It would be WCW versus WWE. Hulk Hogan and Mr. Perfect versus Nature Boy Ric Flair and the total package Lex Luger.
And he's all crazy, but there's Flair with a low blow. He's going up top. Hogan caught him.
Combined 2 pay-per-views, SummerSlam and Fall Brawl, Summer Brawl. WWE, or WWF and WCW presents Summer Brawl 1990. Hulk Hogan and Mr. Perfect versus Ric Flair and then total package Lex Luger. Oh my God, it'll be so fun. Low blow to Hogan, and Mickey J did not see it.
Pinning Hogan to one knee. As this match goes on, you gotta go with Flair. He has more cardio condition than anyone in this match. It's always been his way. Take the match 5 with 10 minutes, 15
It's hilarious hearing Mark Madden talk about people with great cardiovascular conditioning. I bet bitch gets winded walking to his mailbox.
in command. The fans standing, clapping, chanting Hogan, wanting Hogan to make that definitely needed tag to hit it on the other end. In goes Madden over to Hulk Hogan. He gets sandwiched in the corner. Have you ever seen a more sadistic, dangerous team than the package and Flair?
No, Hogan is a massive human. He is not a small man. Well over 6 feet tall, always hovered around the high 200s. 290, 300 pounds. Tall as shit.
They started out inflicting pain, and all they've done since then is perfect. Hogan tries to push himself back.
It'd have been funny around these times if he tried to grow hair on his chest and call himself Terry Boulder in 2000. Smashing his face.
Let's see who gets up first. Let's see who can stagger to their feet. It's like Rocky and Apollo, only this is for real, Tony. They're both trying to get up, but it's the total package that makes the tag, and here comes Flair with determination.
Up.
Tag is made. Hennig will come in. Kurt Hennig, the freshest of the men, is back in it. Oh, is he chopping away? I gotta give Hogan credit. He took a lot of punishment when Hennig messed up. Now Hennig's in there ready to go.
Oh.
Go as long as it takes. Great extension of back body drop to cut off the total package. He nails Flair, goes back to the package. Hit uppercut down goes Flair. And here comes Hogan. All 4 men are going for right now. There's that fear back break. That was a lot out of the package.
It's so crazy how there's so many matches like this that I didn't know existed because WCW was getting their ass kicked so bad by WWE. I was barely fucking watching them. I didn't care what they were doing.
These 4 men are going 110%. Tony, they may fight from now until uncensored. We may stay on the air from now till Sunday. Hold on, Elizabeth's got the bat. You see
Oh, Elizabeth with the bat, giving it to Lex.
Hennig, Mr. Hennig makes Lex.
Oh,
In the ribcage. I know that from on the back of Jimmy Hart.
you can't hit Jimmy.
Unbelievable violence here. Luger used that bat on Hart, on Hennig. Hogan's the last man standing for his side. Double team. Hogan sent in. Ducking on. Hogan's gonna send them both down.
Okay, so uncensored, Hogan beats Flair in an Indian strap match. That's crazy. Did they face 2 straight uncensoreds in a row? Oh, Mickey J went down. There's a DQ. Hogan shoved Mickey and called for the bell. Oh, Elizabeth using a bat on Hogan. That is so wild to see. She hit one of her mega powers. Damn, way to go, Elizabeth. Team package. Now they're just whipping them. Do they get saved by anybody? Luger's beating the hell out of the referee. Nope, that's it. Nope. Oh, they are going to get saved. Is it Sting? Is it Undertaker?
What can this be all about? Tony, somebody grab my leg. Get security. The lights are out. I have no idea what's going on. This is why I sleep with a nightlight. We're in the ring and we...
Or is it Vampiro?
I can't even see what that is in the ring. Vampiro's on the apron. He's off with Flair. Vampiro, come out.
With the lights out? Oh, Sting. There's Sting. Sting, Flair, Luger, Hogan, and Hennig. That's crazy. I mean, this is the dying days of WCW, and they still had some of the biggest names in the history of wrestling. Sting and Luger. Sting's still awesome. So it must be Luger and Sting as well at Uncensored. All right. Another one down. All right, that one was interesting. I just wanted to watch that because I came across it when I was scrolling through the matches there, or the playlist, and I was like, let's add that one. These are all handpicked by me, by the way, so next time we do a vault, we'll let you guys pick some more. Let's get to this next one here. Let me kill the timer. By the way, the next one we are going to watch is Steve Austin versus Scott Steiner. This is from WCW Saturday Night, and it is from March 14th, 1992. Holy shit, I'm about to turn 15 in a few months. Man, oh man. So this is a match that I very well could have watched. These are around the days that I would have watched WCW Saturday Night. And I have a lot of memories of that. But I came across this match, thought it would be fun. We're going to watch it. It is 13 minutes and 38 seconds long, so we'll hit play in just a second. Let me answer Super Chat or two that I want to get to before we hit this next match. A couple of them from Mike. Thanks for that first one for 5. Bro, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but there's got to be a reason why Vince never brought Randy back after WCW closed the doors. I've never really believed the Stephanie rumors because, you know, she would have had to have been 16. And if you're somebody like Randy Savage who can pull women like Elizabeth and Gorgeous George, I don't know why you're going after a 10th grader, so none of that made any sense to me. But the fact that Randy never went back is wild. But I will say, I think he would have, because but he passed away. He started doing the toy commercials and whatnot. I think they would have gotten him in to the Hall of Fame and back into the company somehow had he stayed alive. I think we were on the road to that happening, and then he passed away. And the only other person to never come back was Lex Luger, but he did go into the Hall of Fame, and that's what I think they would have done with Savage. If Vince reconciled with Warrior and Bruno, I think he would have reconciled with Savage as well. Triple H probably would have helped facilitate, make that happen, but Savage passed away. So I think that it's weird that Savage never went back, considering how many other guys did, especially in 2002 when the NWO came in, and the fact that he wasn't included in anything is always going to be weird to me. But it might be because Savage was talking shit and rapping about Triple H and Stephanie and calling people out and whatnot. So he was kind of behaving erratically, and maybe they just wanted to stay away from him. Anyway, you had one more as well. Hot take: Hogan's theme is worse than the Dead Man Inc. Undertaker song. Ugh. I don't love Hogan's WCW theme, but man, That Undertaker song is bad. It's so fucking bad. I don't know, man. I got to think about that one, Mike. All right, let's start this one. Scott Steiner versus Steve Austin, WCW television title match. This is obviously going to be Steve Austin defending here from WCW Saturday night, March 14th, 1992. All right, here we go on WCW TV title match. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, we're good. Oh, it's a main event, too. So this is 1992. This is right before the Steiners get to WWE. They come in 92, I think. So this is months or less before the Steiners leave. So 92 here, I'm pretty sure they are doing the Disney. You can kind of tell this is they don't have the spinning ring yet, but I think this is the same soundstage. I like kind of how they made their own like Madison Square Garden-ish hallway there. You see that? I used to laugh at how like rinky-dink this shit looked, but it actually is kind of cool looking back. Like I have so many memories of this ring and that blue WCW ring apron. The turnbuckle pads. The way the product looked and felt compared to WWE. Who is... Is that Heyman? That must be. Okay. I was like, who is talking with Ross? It doesn't really sound like Heyman, but I think it's Heyman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Paulie Dangerously. I just, at first, didn't recognize his voice at first. And Austin is a part. Is Dangerous Alliance is going on right now, right? Because there's Austin and Medusa. This is the same year that all that shit was going on, right? Yeah. I think 92 might have been my favorite and most memorable year for just like pop culture and just, you know, the memories I formed around that time. You know, I was 14 going on 15. You know, girls are starting to happen. You know, hair bands are out. Nirvana and Pearl Jam are in. The Chronic gets released. Bret Hart wins his first world title. I just remember a lot from like the 92-ish year and like where I was in my life and how things were changing. And starting to go to make-out parties, you know, shit like that. All that stuff from like 92. That's probably like all the songs that were topping the charts at the time. Well, let's see here. So outside of this match, Steiners are about to head to WWE. They will go back to WCW, I believe, but I don't know if they'll interact with Austin again before he leaves and goes to WWE. And then, of course, Big Papa Pump would cut a promo about Stone Cold Steve Austin on Nitro many years later, about 9. Medusa protecting Austin. Doesn't Scott look like just a super jacked speedball Mike Bailey with that mullet? That's so funny. Look at Nick Patrick, too. Young as hell. Looks like Danny McBride. I'm just a hermit crab changing shells. He could be disfigured. Well, we wouldn't want that. Look at Medusa. Love her outfit, by the way. We saw Medusa in the last match. We're getting a double dose of Medusa. Can't hate that. Yeah, he's got Austin down. I remember in high school, I was pretty good friends with a lot of the wrestling team, but like the best wrestler on the team. I mean, just this jacked guy. And he played basketball too. And of course, he was just this super athlete. And I kind of was messing with him one day. I'm like, yeah, let's wrestle. I just wanted to like see like how I could fare against him as somebody who wasn't wrestling and didn't wrestle in high school. And just the sheer dominance. It was like I was just laughing, and we were goofing around on the mat. We had like an audience of like 4 people, and he just immediately just grabs me, takes me down, and he had me held a lot like Steiner had Austin there. And I was just like I can't move. I looked over my friends. I'm like, what do I do? You know, what do I even do? Like I literally could not move. He was just like a steel trap on top of me. I'm like, oh yeah, you're kind of good. I think you must be good. I can see why you're good at this. And I can see why this sport is not for me. I kind of thought I could last 5 seconds. Nah. But he respected the challenge. And he probably even went easy on me. That's the even scarier part. The funny thing is, I don't even remember his first name. I just know him by his nickname. I don't remember what his actual real first name is now. We called him Binky, but I don't know what I don't remember what the fuck his first name was. It's like Jaquan or something like that, but he was fucking strong. I think that's one of my favorite things about WCW is just watching a good TV title match on a Saturday night. I don't remember watching this match, but there's a very excellent chance that I was down in our family living room. My dad could be cooking some dinner or grilling some shit outside on the deck. I'm hearing Jim Ross's voice, on my television set. I'm sitting either on the floor or, on the couch. I probably got to snack some shit that a 14-year-old kid would eat. Mom probably bugging me about getting my homework done for the weekend. I'm like, it's Saturday. Fuck off. Oh. Wow. Look at Austin flying around.
I guess Scott Steiner's starting to learn what it's like to live dangerously. And so is Austin for that matter. They're taking it out here. I thought they were going to the street for a moment on West Beach Street. Steiner met with a vicious See, I could be out here joking around saying, well, if it's an 8.5-man tag team match and I'm half a man, I only have to get a guy down for 1.5 seconds, huh? But I'm not making jokes like that. Because this is a very...
Yep, 6:05 Eastern. Back when I lived on the East Coast, and I've been out in California now for 16 years, but it took me a while to get just used to West Coast time. I'm still not used to it, because I'm a night owl, and I kind of work at night, and I don't have a job that gets me up early in the morning, so I can kind of sleep as late as I want and stuff. So by the time I'm up and getting my day going, it's fucking 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast. So sports coming on earlier here and shit. NFL at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like I preferred East Coast time better for sports, especially for NBA, because I could work and then close and lock up the restaurant and still get home to watch the West Coast game, like the LA game and stuff, at 10:30. That's when those games would start on the East Coast. That was really awesome for like playoffs and stuff, but now it all happens in the middle of the fucking day here, and I don't love that. Part of the reason, it's a big reason why my interest in sports faded, that combined with the YouTube channel. I stopped following it so closely. Now I eyeball all sports casually. And I don't have the knowledge I used to. Come on, Medusa. Boy, Medusa's super active in this. The covert operator. God, Medusa's talking so much smack, too. She's so good. Yes, Heyman. All right, Steiner trying to fight out of this here. See, Austin can retain in a match that probably only has a couple of minutes left in the time limit. I think TV matches are 15 minutes or TV time remaining. This is the main event of WCW Saturday Night, March 14th, 1992. Where were you on March 14th, 1992? Many of you were probably not even here in the universe at all. I was 14. Nice pump handle. Steiner fighting. Misses the... Oh, wow. Missed by a millimeter, too. Oh, Nick Patrick with his weird counts. 2, 2. Oh, clubbing blow, double underhooky. He usually does a release. Yeah. Powerbomb, yeah. Steiner's always been doing that move. Nice belly to belly. Oh! Steiner. Frankenstein. Oh, and there is beautiful Bobby and Arn Anderson. Whew. The Dangerous Alliance saving Austin's title. Here comes Rick. Oh, I thought he had frosted tips for a minute. That's just a hat. I'm like, it's not time yet for frosted tips. It's only 1992. You got like 6, 7 more years. Oh, Bulldog. He's pinning him. There's Bobby Eaton. Shout out to the great and wonderful Bobby Eaton. And beautiful. Oh, that was fun. I love that because I have real strong memories of being an early teen, probably before I was driving and stuff, watching NWA or WCW Saturday Night on TBS at 6:05 at various parts of the year, especially the summer. I can always just remember sitting watching that while my dad was cooking dinner and stuff and hearing Jim Ross's voice. Want to go back to those days, man. They were tremendous. All right, so the next one is another WCW Saturday Night match. This one is from 1994, so this is going to be Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Vader. This is February 26th, 1994. We are getting real close to Hogan coming in, and WCW was looking pretty different at this point. I think Jesse was probably even still there around this time for this one as well. So this would have been about a month before WrestleMania 10 when Brett won the title in WWE. And on the WCW side of things, they're starting to get cooking now because a lot of people are starting to make the jump, and Hogan would be the big one coming up in a few months, followed by Savage, followed by everybody else. So this is right before WCW started changing the world, just a couple of months before all that was going down. So this is going to be Ricky Steamboat versus Vader. WCW Saturday night, February 26, 1994. Runtime is 14 minutes, 24 seconds. So let's go ahead and hit play on this bad boy. And let me know, too, if any of you don't have premium. I'm happy to stall. That's what I'm doing now. I can stall between these matches in case you have to watch ads, but I don't know how YouTube without premium works, so you might get ads in the middle of this damn thing. But, you know, if you can get through your ads, we can wait for you and then hit pause, and then we can all hit play together. But, again, I know ads suck, so hopefully you guys are not dealing with them. Anyway, let's do it. Steamboat, versus Vader. WCW Saturday night. 3, 2, 1, play. Yes. This one's 14 minutes, 24 seconds, if I didn't mention that. I think I did. He's still got, that's the shit he had to wear in WWE in 91 when they brought him back in as the Dragon. And then tried to act like he wasn't Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. But he's got his fire-breathing thing. And I think he had to learn that for the purposes of the WWE gimmick. And then he came back briefly in 91. So he was there as Intercontinental Champion, you know, beating Savage, obviously, at WrestleMania 3. Then he leaves and goes to WCW, has matches with Flair in the late 80s there, then goes back to WWE around 91, hangs around for a few months, and then is back to WCW. So Steamboat is another one of those guys like Terry Taylor and a couple of other guys that just could not decide which company they wanted to be in. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I remember as a kid being real confused by that because I didn't really understand how all this worked and that there were, you know, contracts involved and these are jobs. And I'm like, why is he there? And now he's there. Like, I don't get it. Look at that guy. Look at Steamboat. I mean, it's a pretty interesting match, Steamboat and Vader, and you got Harley Race on the outside as well. I love that WCW Saturday Night logo, that neon sign. I would love to have one of those to, like, hang in my house. I think the same dude that makes these did have one of those, perhaps, and I think they might exist. So, but I mean, like the big one, like the wall-sized one. And back then, in these days, this was their flagship show. This was WCW's #1 show, was the Saturday night show, until Nitro came along. Bobby Heenan's got a scoop. I'm wondering if the scoop is something Hogan related. Damn. Damn. Vader laughing at Steamboat. And Steamboat, again, too, is probably on the verge of retiring as well. I think 94 will be his last year, right? He'd wrap things up. Rick Rude is virtually retired now, too. Harley is out of the ring, you know, and now Hogan is going to come in here. Nick Patrick's got he's changed since our last match. 4 years have gone by here. No, 2 years have gone by, excuse me. He's got a bigger mullet. Now he's got a stash as well. Garrett, you're thanks for the 2. You're convinced WCW fans are now AEW fans or lapsed WCW fans? Yeah, probably some of them. I really wish that I know Collision can be a good show and everything, but they don't pull very good numbers, and I really wish like they could try to make a show that might have some sort of a tribute or a throwback feel to how WCW Saturday Night felt. Call it AEW Saturday Night. Fuck Collision, just call it AEW Saturday Night on TBS. Well, I guess it would be on TNT. Maybe not necessarily a studio style like this is, but I don't know, something that kind of can recapture some of that feel to how these shows look. Maybe get a big-ass AEW Saturday Night neon sign just like that or something. Steamboat with the leg. He got the Jimmy legs is what he's got. Steamboat's got them Jimmy legs. That'll happen. I need a frosty brew. I'm going to go grab one. It takes me like 5 seconds or less.
Vader shooting Steamboat to the ropes. He tried a clothesline. Look at Steamboat with body blows. Vader has him again. Sends him far side. Steamboat trying to sunset flip. Oh, look at this.
Oh. Oh, there's the this natural selection. Or that was Hennig's neck breaker. That's what that was. Steamboat in control of Vader here. Look at Harley race. I know Steamboat and Harley had a few battles. Nice drop kick. I think a WWE match between them might even exist. Oh, look out. You got disabled fans in the front row there. Watch out for them. I hate for them to catch a chair shot. Oh, I love it. Referee's not seeing any of this. It's good to see Steamboat using a chair and getting gnarly here. Good for him. He's got Vader's mask off now. He's going to use the chair again. Race is distracting the referee for Ricky Steamboat, essentially. And Steamboat is just destroying Vader with the chair. I've never seen Steamboat use a weapon like that. Look at Race. Like, look around, look over there. I love Harley. He's pissed. It's kind of your own fault there, Harley. He's going to get counted out. How's he going to get up from that? That was like Royal Rumble 99 Mankind Rock levels of chair shots there to Vader. They're chanting whoop, there it is to Steamboat. I remember as a kid being, very pro WWE, even though I watched WCW, enjoyed it. I always thought this crowd was so small. Oh, I didn't realize that they were at Disney. I mean, I think I did, but I would always laugh at this tiny-ass little crowd. Oh, my God, Steamboat. Wow. Bobby Debbie Downer. Oh, there's Harley. He's got Steamboat. He's going to move. He's going to move. No, he's not going to move. I saw the Gun Bros back. Good for them, the Ass family. Once again together. They look great. I remember thinking at one time I could easily see them making the jump to WWE. But, with everything going on with TKO and these contract restructuring, this shit and stuff, I mean, I think the place to get your money and get your money safely right now is AEW. where you're not going to have to worry about as much corporate bullshit there. So I think they should just try to stay there, you know, and create a legacy for themselves there because they both are in great shape. You know, maybe have Kofi and Xavier come into AEW and maybe form an alliance with them and try to get them over as like a new version of them. You know, some sort of like really over-the-top fun team. You know, they can also have kick-ass matches, make a new day. With the guns and fucking juice. Just no cereal. Well, what if a fat lady just started singing right now? The bell hasn't rung, so it still wouldn't be over even though she was singing. So I don't get that term. Like if a fat lady shows up in the third quarter of an NBA game and starts singing, the game is not over. So who the hell made that saying? Now, also, another thing about this crowd, too, I think they're just people in the arena. Or not in the arena. They're people at the theme park just coming in. I mean, a lot of them probably even aren't wrestling fans. I think they're being prompted for a lot of these cheers. But I don't know.
At Super Brawl, the Boss came in with that nightstick. He had enough of Vader trying to hurt Ric Flair. Of course, he had been handcuffed. And the Boss taking justice into his own hands.
Oh, yeah, the Boss. I forgot about the Boss. We might see the Boss. Boss Man had just come in, and WCW, I think, was going to get a cease and desist from WWE about the gimmick. Vader doing a middle rope sunset flip or whatever that was is just crazy. Damn! Okay, so there is a revenge factor here. That's going to explain the hostility with Steamboat. He's going to go for his, nope, chop. I thought he was going to go for his high cross. Bobby Heenan is acting like none of this is hurting Vader, but it's hurting him a lot. There's the high cross. And he kicks out. That's Ricky's finisher. Yeah, it probably is. All of those phrases have really interesting origin stories. Greatest thing since sliced bread, and you know all those type of things. Like if you read up on how they came into existence, it's pretty interesting. One. Nope. I can't see Vader losing here in '94. Okay, now he's gonna move for sure. 100% move. Eat shit, Harley. Oh, down goes Harley. Oh, Steamboat's going to suplex him in the ring. Harley taking a bump. Yes. Like a real human bump. Oh, no. Oh. Harley's getting his ass kicked in there. He got nailed by Vader, then suplexed into the ring by Steamboat, then splashed by Vader. And now chopped by Steamboat. This is 2-on-1. Is Nick Patrick allowing this? This is 1994, fucking Chico. You better DQ this. Now you definitely got to DQ it. And there's Nick Patrick pointing to the hard cam for some reason. Boom. There he is. There's the boss. He's got the nightstick. I might have watched this match as it happened because the boss was not able to be the boss for very long. It was very fast. And I remember watching when he was the boss. I watched at least 1 or 2 shows where he showed up as the boss, and I don't think there were really that many. So I might have watched this night, and I wouldn't be surprised if I did. I was a junior in high school in 1994 in February, so I probably watched that night. Yeah. And then, of course, I went out on a date with a sexy woman later. Of course. I mean, that goes without saying, right? But no, I was home on a Saturday night watching wrestling like a well-behaved little teenage boy. All right, so that is it for, let me turn the timer off, and for Steamboat and Vader. The next one, this one's interesting. So this is Clash of the Champions 10. It is a title versus mask match between champion Steiner brothers and challengers Doom. So this is Clash of Champions 10, which I believe was in 1990, I think. Doom was still under a mask. You could definitely tell that it was Ron Simmons and Butch Reed, but I think they were referring to them as like Doom 1 and Doom 2. And the Steiners put the title on the line here against Doom's mask. So this is NWA Tag Team titles, mask versus mask, title versus mask match. And let me just double check because it's not on here on the YouTube video. The date on this is, oh, for crying out loud, the date on this is February 6th, 1990, Corpus Christi, Texas. And this is for the titles. This should be interesting. Doom has to unmask. I couldn't find, or I didn't put up, I should have put up a screenshot of the match, but instead I just have one of Doom here, so you can look at Ron Simmons and Butch Reed as we watch this match. But I thought this would be an interesting one because Doom does go on to win the tag team championships. I remember them being WCW or NWA tag team champions with their masks off. So they probably lose here and then win the titles later without their masks. That's what I'm guessing because they have to unmask at some point. So we're going to be watching Doom and Steiners. Title versus mask. I'm looking forward to this one. By the way, the runtime is 17 minutes, 47 seconds. All right, let's do it. Let me get my fingers ready. Okay, Doom and Steiners. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Play. Cool. The bomb. Yeah, this is the screenshot I decided to take here. I don't know why. Now, I was only watching sporadically in these days, so I don't know if the announcers or if they have been acting like... Well, we might listen to Jim Ross. He might give us some clues. What is up with the music? This does not feel like it's a network edit, but my God, is that a weird... This can't be the real music for Doom. They're dark and mysterious and scary. They should have like dun dun dun. What's this saxophone shit? It's the silliest theme I think I've ever heard for a tag team. It does not match them at all. Look at these production values. This is great. Listen to this song. Is this before they had their own Steiner line? This might have just been some random shit. Yeah, this is 1990. This is before the actual sell to Ted Turner. Man, oh man. And here come the NWA Tag Team Champions, Steiner Brothers here. I love these actually, I actually love these days of WCW or of NWA when it had this look to it. Had weird lighting. It definitely did look a little bit low budgety, but it still had an awesome look to it. Like the music and all that stuff just looked like it was, very standard. basic, generic, whatever you want to call it. Come in, buddy. Come on. All right. The mysterious team of doom with the saxophone music. Look at fucking Steiner. What you doing, buddy? You see? There he is.
The great Muta and the Dragon Master, that is still to come here. And hey, Jim, did you hear? Brian Pillman said Sting wanted to get in the cage. I don't know what.
I love that Jim Ross and Jim Cornette are on the call for this. That's fabulous.
Well, we're going to hear from the Horsemen live here in a few moments. Do you think maybe Sting would actually try to come in there?
I mean, we got a lot of collegiate athletes in this fucking match. I mean, you got Michigan versus Florida State here.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Sting is going to come out here and give up the title shot, and he's going to come out here and do it personally, and that's why his friends don't want him to do it, because he will
Ron Simmons is so scary even back then.
be friends of his. Doom number one starting out.
I mean, I think they were like a 1990 version of Chronic. Like you know how Adams and Clark look so ridiculously good together side by side? It's the same with Reed and Simmons. They're just two oily jack dudes in masks.
Champions. The whole thing with Doom is not their identity. It's the psychological advantage they have by wearing those masks. They feel that those masks help them be better wrestlers. As a result, they don't want to lose them.
Doom number one.
His mask was pulled.
And so I don't know when they unmask if Jim Ross, are they going to like recognize them? Like, oh, that's Ron Simmons? Because if that's the case, that's absurd because you can tell it's him. Like if you knew who Ron Simmons was and you were even slightly familiar with him, then you would be able to tell that was him under the mask.
Situation. I talked for a second to woman who's here at ringside tonight. I just said, woman, what the heck do you think? She said, hey, Ric Flair is still Ric Flair. I don't really care. So there you got her opinion on what's going on between Sting and the Horsemen.
Man, that whole ring is moving, man, when they're going into the buckle.
Irish whip reverse. Oh, chest first in there. And he
Oh, what a suplex. Jesus. Folded Simmons up. Oh, I'm sorry, Doom number one.
I'll tell you one thing you forgot when you were listing all the Steiners and
And this is, once again, fucking Nick Patrick. I think this is the third match in a row, at least.
will pass their stars
It's got to be the third
no matter what they're
that we've seen him in.
Both these guys got degrees, and kids,
And he is literally in there. He is the referee for four, like, legit badasses.
with a third degree.
Now, you don't want to be go fucking around with no Butch Reed either. So
60 minutes. Well, that's certainly your opinion.
I'm glad that I'm sure behind the scenes all of these guys have always had respect for each other, and it's a good thing they did, because if for any reason there was any sort of dislike here, that could have made for some ugly matches. I'd like to see who'd win in a shoot between some of these guys.
Sign this very important match.
Who'd win this in a shoot?
Championship match in
Steiners versus Reed and Simmons in a fucking bar fight.
and a drop kick.
Oh,
And over he goes.
nice.
And a drop kick right out of the ring. And the momentum is definitely going the way of the Steiner brothers right now. They may not be too smart, but they are tough. And they're the World Tag Team Champions.
That was awesome.
Doom has to come up with an offensive plan. It shouldn't be too hard for Doom to be offensive. They said they learned their skills in the streets.
They learned them in the streets.
And street fighting, I don't know.
Do you want to say hi to everybody or something?
Pure wrestler every
Ugh. On camera.
And is Scotty Steiner's going for the match right now. He don't want to wait. He doesn't
You want to go?
to win the match. He wants to go.
You want to watch a little Doom versus Steiners? came over here. How about I put you on the floor? That's a good spot for you. Yeah, there you go. Your favorite spot. Dog-faced gremlin. I love his bushy hair. Makes him look crazier.
And he's like a pit bull. Steiner owns 6 big dogs, so he's a dog lover, and he's on all fours. Hey, you think it was
I love that Butch Reed is climbing the ropes to get away from the dog-faced gremlin. Like a cat. Come on, Reed. Like, nobody should physically intimidate you.
conversing their strategy?
Even Simmons is giving it to him. Like, get your ass in there.
Doom number 2.
Doom number 2.
There's a kick to the midsection. A big knee lift. Down goes
I went to a WCW house show, I think this same year, actually. And Doom was on the card, and I think they no-showed. But Luger was there, Flair was there, Arn,
Irish whip. And whip to the other.
and I think the Steiners too.
Right out of the corner. Rick Steiner down.
I remember Terry Taylor was there,
He's going for the mask right there.
possibly Sid, don't remember.
There to try to interfere, and Doom 2 rolled to the outside.
Yeah, nobody did that, man. God, I would not want to be yelled at by fucking Ron Simmons. I'd be like, yes, sir. I just would never want to disappoint him. You know? I would work tirelessly to just make sure that no matter what, I had his respect.
Impact moves there.
Fuck everybody else.
By Doom number 1.
Look at the way that ring moves. Did they not bolt it? A lot of indie wrestlers and referees follow me. Any of y'all watching right now? When you set the ring up, do you bolt it down? Come on. Tito can't make up his mind. Don't you, like, secure it to the floor or something? Or is the weight of the ring enough to secure it to the floor? But that whole ring is moving. Like, full-blown moving. Don't you got to secure the ring post down or something? Feels like you would have to.
Pushing Doom number 2 back into the corner. Heard Nick Patrick say this is a wrestling match, not a fist fight. There's that root. Yeah, Nick Patrick is a selective official. If he likes you, he protects you. He's always against me in the Midnight Express. I don't know why either. I can't figure it out. Straight right hand by Doom 2. This big man must be about 285 or 290. Tag made. Massive upper bodies on these 4 guys. And Scotty Steiner did not see the tag. Doom number 1
Damn.
got it started the match. He turned a dog face. He came in. That was a diversion. Up and up.
I love they're watching a couple of... Oh! So we've had 2 Scott Steiner matches so far, 2 Hulk Hogan matches so far. I guess 2 Ric Flair matches as well, if you count that Battle Royal. And we're going to have 2 Austin matches because he's in the final match we're watching. Couple of Sting matches. A lot of guys have turned up more than once. These are all That's why I kind of picked these matches, like the classic WCW wrestlers. Sting, Luger, Flair, Steiners, Simmons, Vader. Guys like that. Steamboat. I didn't get a Cactus match in here this time, though, which sucks. I should have shown Cactus some love. Might have been the same show. One of these clashes, I think Cactus worked Mil Mascaras. And, of course, yobbed. Ugh.
This could be all right here. Doom now, he's just choking him. A blatant infraction of the rules. And Rick Steiner, the big brother.
Yeah, maybe that's what made me laugh about Steiner's hair. It does kind of remind me of Angles when he had the headgear and the wig. Rick Steiner's got like the COVID haircut. I never had to worry about that because I was bald, but everybody who couldn't get their hair cut, their hair started getting bigger and bigger. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, sucks to be you. Oh. Sloppily applied. Gotta secure my camera better. It moves on its own a little bit and drives me nuts. Ugh.
Scott Steiner is indeed a great degree of trouble in this championship encounter here on TBS. I love it. Tonight on the Clash of Champions, we've seen all kind of things take place. Look at this.
Nice backslide.
1, 2, and he powered out 2.
Is that Reed or Simmons? I think that's Reed.
That's how Dr. Death beat the Samoan earlier.
That's 2. It's Doom 2.
Jim, we've seen all kind of things tonight. We have seen the Horseman issue the ultimatum to Sting. We've seen the skyscraper.
Oh, nice pile driver.
This outstanding young athlete can sustain this.
Jeez. Hmm.
Steiner ran face first into the apron. Hey, there's a guy just like Sting. Scott Steiner, too stupid to know when he shouldn't fight. He should give up right there, save himself a lot of pain. Same thing goes for Sting. We got to find out within about the next 20 minutes what Sting's going to do and whether he ever wrestles again. Scott Steiner trying a sunset flip. Number 2.
Down he goes. What a hilarious bump on the sunset. Nice. That's a sweet neck breaker. It was like a shake, rattle, and roll, but just the roll.
Well, this is physical. I can't tell whether that's dirt on his face or a huge bruise. It looks like a bruise on the right side of Steiner's face.
Really? Oh, maybe it does. Ooh, God, that was a rough Frankensteiner. Oh, yeah, he does have something on his face. I think, was it one of the, did he catch a boot to the face? I don't know. What the hell? It's just dirt. And he does. Hot tag to Rick, who's coming in. Or to 2002 Kurt Angle. Big power slam. Damn. He's got, oh my God, he's going to take it off. You got to win the match for you. Unmask. Oh, he's got it. Oh. It's Butch Reed. Oh, now you realize it's him. He kind of looks like Rocky Johnson there a little bit. But that's Butch Reed. Oh, and he's going to get rolled up and pinned. And he puts Rick puts the mask on. That is great. That is classic WCW or NWA. They're not quite WCW yet, but those are some of the wacky matches that you wouldn't see this type of stuff in WWE. It was fun to watch. Young Nick Patrick again, man. Gets it there and then takes it. Oh! And they're like, it's Butch Reed. It's Hacksaw Butch Reed. Now, Doom number 1 needs to unmask too. No, he's Doom 1. Oh, man. Damn. That sucks. Take it off. Are we going to see? He's number 1. I thought Simmons is 1.
They signed the contract. They made the agreement.
There we go.
Live up to it. They've been ripped off. Steiner pulled a man's mask off before the match was over.
Ugh. It's Ron Simmons.
Butch Reed will do.
Jim Ross just finds that out. Oh, it's Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. Like, you couldn't just meet him backstage and learn that? That's hilarious. All right. Well, that was way more fun than I thought it would be. Steiners and Doom. All right. That one is done. We'll kill the timer once again. The next one we have, this is a tag team match. This is Ric Flair and Sting versus Rick Rude and Vader, Clash of Champions 16. So I think this must have been 94-ish. When was this? Anyway, we're going to watch this one next. The runtime on this one is 23 minutes and 38 seconds. So this is a pretty decently sized match. This is Clash of Champions 16, which was... Oh. I'm sorry, 91. I had 94. What the fuck's wrong with me? Yeah, 1991, I guess. This was at the Augusta, Georgia Civic Center. Do I have that right? No, that's not right. Clash of Champions. Oh, 26, not 16. Shit. 26. My bad. This aired. Okay, I was right. 1994 in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So it's Ric Flair and Sting, Vader and Rude. This one should be fun. Like I said, a little bit over 23 minutes on this one. And right on. Let's rock and roll. This should be an interesting one. I don't think I've ever seen it. All right, here we go, guys, on Flair, Sting, Rude, and Vader. 3, 2, 1, play. Cool. All right, I've nailed all these so far. All right, we got some music. I don't know if this is a network edit or if this is for real.
You watch Vader. He's more intense than he's ever been. He said Ric Flair's career is just...
What did I say the date on this one was? This was,
May be right, and as Vader and the WCW International World Heavyweight Champion Ravishing Rick Rude make their way to the ring, we welcome to ringside
I lost it.
the newly appointed commissioner of World Championship Wrestling, Mr.
There it is.
Bockwinkel. Let me say, very excited to have Bobby the Brain Heenan and Nick Bockwinkel.
January 27th, 1994.
Welcome to WCW, and I know we're looking for some great things for you in the weeks and months.
All right, interesting. This is the main event of the Clash.
Circumstances, when you're dealing with the animals like we're looking at right now, I can see where it's going to be quite challenging.
Weird card for that one. But anyway, cool. This is the main event.
Vader and Rude are in the ring, and we wait the right
I don't recall how many Clash of Champions I watched as they happened, but they all aired on TBS, and I know I caught a few of them. They were, to me, I enjoyed Saturday Night's Main Event, so I would, if I ever watched these, it was just purely by accident, just because it happened to be on, and I happened to be home, and I caught it. But I don't recall ever hearing about a Clash on TV and being like, oh, I have to be home to watch that. So that's kind of what kind of fan I was. I watched, WWE pretty religiously, and WCW whenever I just happened to have time. But looking back, I really enjoy watching these matches because I remember how they felt to me at the time. Vader in the fur coat there. I don't know how many sheep were killed to make that. I guess you don't have to kill a sheep. You can just shave them. Right, buddy. No, don't move my mic, Tito. They still got Michael Buffer, man. All the way back then. Multicolored artwork.
He is the current WCW heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, simply ravishing Rick
Oh, yeah, and he's the NW or the WCW champion. Or is he the NWA champion? Is this when they had the two belts? I think they did. They had two of them. And I think it's partly because Flair left and went to WWE, and then when he came back with the belt, but they had created a new belt. Now there's two belts. I think that's why that is.
First, wearing black and silver, weighing 249 and 1/2 pounds. From Venice Beach, California, he's the former three-time
Sting.
world heavyweight champion, the one, the only, Sting.
Sting was super over. I lived in the Carolinas, and kids loved Sting. Sting was very popular.
31 3/4 pounds. From Charlotte, North Carolina,
I heard his name mentioned in school just as much as the Ultimate Warrior.
the 11-time professional wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
A tag elimination match, and that means when a man is pinned, a man is disqualified, a man is counted out.
So help me out with, at some point they unify these titles, right? That's got to be coming up soon because this is January of 94. Hogan's about to get there, have the big match with Flair in the summertime. So they have to reconcile this title situation before then, I'm pretty sure. Does Flair and Rude have a unification? Is that what they do?
He's the man. But I'll tell you something. Look at Vader.
They're on opposite sides here, so I feel like that might be coming at the next pay-per-view or something. Do I have that right? What happens at Super Brawl?
Be over this evening.
Nick, you know, at the end of Starrcade, our last pay-per-view, Vader made a vow that he was going to seek revenge on Flair. A lot of concern.
Yes, I'm pretty sure this is...
A lot of the
Yeah, WWE owns this channel because it's the official WCW channel. So, and WWE owns all their shit. So, yeah, this is a WWE channel. But they kind of gave WCW their own... I just kind of wish they would have called it the WCW Vault. It's just called WCW. Like, they should call it the Vault because that's essentially what it is. It's just their Vault channel. But the WWE Vault has got WCW matches on it as well, I think. Right?
And Flair will not look at Vader. I'm not saying Flair's a coward. There's some kind of a psych job going here. But Flair has not looked at Vader once.
Oh, no.
Rick Rude defeated Ric Flair at Fall Brawl to win that big gold belt to become the WCW International World Heavyweight Champion. Won the rematch at Halloween Havoc, and he is Sting
I know, Ryan. We should have an ECW channel by now. I'm bummed out that we don't.
in 90,
I've been waiting for it.
1990 and early 91.
You know, it shows you the kind of action here.
You know, I don't want it to be the Saudis, obviously, but I really hope TKO winds up selling WWE.
Like this. I managed either of them.
I hope we can get it bought by, like, one dude. Obviously, you know, Tony Khan might not be the best idea because then we're right back to a monopoly again. But
Dangerous a match. That shows you.
if we can get something owning them that maybe is just a little bit less corporate,
The competition here.
I hope they sell them. I think they will. I think WWE is going to be passed around a bit. It sucks. Unless the McMahons, you know, scrape up all their money to rebuy it, but I don't think they, why would they do that? They sold it, so.
Top wristlock applied here, and
If Flair should get hurt tonight, real bad. You know Rick well.
yes,
Can I have his watch?
now, give me a break.
Well, somebody's got to get it.
Full on dragon twist. Sting still holding onto that arm, and Rude just trying to get away here. Rude right on the back of the head. He's got a lot of power. Forearm shot. Here you see the 450-pound monster waiting in the wings. Rude
Oh,
452.
as Sting yanks on the arm and holds him down. Flair calling out of the crowd, and Sting driving in a tag elimination match. So much is on the line here.
You know, let me point out something here about WCW. You've got 4 men involved in this match that at one time were all world champions.
yeah.
The man outside the ring is a, what, 6-time world champion? I mean, just look at it. Now you have 2 current world champions. You're not going to see this anyplace else.
And we have also sitting in ringside a former world heavyweight champion, Nick Bockwinkel.
I know. They've got all the WWE stuff on there, but it would be nice if they would put all these WCW pay-per-views on there, because that limits us now what we can do on our watch-alongs, because we kind of have to eliminate WCW, although there are some full pay-per-views on this very YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, my first idea for tonight's watch-along was going to be uncensored. I think 1996, that crazy match with Hogan and Savage with all the people in it or whatever. But then, like, the rest of the card just didn't look great, and I was looking at some uncensoreds, and none of them were really sticking out as something that would be super fun to do, so I was like, let's do a vault. Let's just do an array of matches from WCW. Relive all different years, different shows, Saturday Night Clash, pay-per-views, early 90s, late 90s. Try to get a nice mouthful of classic WCW. I thought that would be fun for tonight. Don't you agree? As Tito leans up on my boom arm here, he's probably going to move my mic. He's like sleeping on it like this. Oh, Jesus. One thing I liked about WCW so much more than WWE is the way bumps sounded on the mat. It made the ring feel stiffer. Or sound stiffer. Oh, God, Vader loves to do that spot, which is so crazy for a big guy like him. But the way the sound it makes in WCW when you would take a bump, I loved that. And quit it, Tito. And WWE's mats weren't like that. It was more of a muffled type of bump. And you would always hear WWE people swear their ring was harder, but it didn't appear to. By the eye test, anybody in the chat here wrestled in WWE and WCW? Which ring was harder? It looks like WCW's is harder. Plus, they're 20 by 20. I think WWE was, or they're 18 by 18. I think WWE was 20 by 20. So it's a smaller ring, which, you know, the smaller platform would, you know, you would think would mean a little bit more firm. But they either did a really good job of miking it or the way it was built or whatever. But I loved the way bumps sounded in WCW. So much more than WWE. Yeah, WWE's was a real muffled type of sound where you could barely hear. You could hear it in the arena, though. You go to a live event, they mic that ring, and you can hear it bam, bam, but it doesn't translate to TV. But WCW, I loved the sound the ring made. ECW was like that, too. Look at Flair. Now, Flair, I believe, had just beaten Vader for that title at Starrcade. Because I think we watched Starrcade 93 a few years ago. Way back. Back in the old house. Oh, no. You got to take a break, Bobby. Too bad. It's a jackhammer, Bobby, trying to keep fans tuned in during the 1994 commercial break. Probably some great McDonald's value meal commercials. At least one Pepsi and one Coke. Probably a Twix. What are you doing, buddy? You want attention? I'm busy. No, it's reverse. WCW uses cables. Their ropes are much stiffer, and it was a lot easier for like cruiserweights to springboard off of them and stuff. WWE uses regular ropes, and they just tape them up, I guess. I don't really know how that works, how you get elasticity out of them if they're ropes, because they're not like bungee cords. But the cables, I think, allowed you for... But they were definitely tighter. That's how Foley lost his ear. WWE's ropes got tighter over the years, but, you know, you go back to the 70s and watch those ropes. The whole fucking ring would shake I mean, they were just like droopy. The ropes were like droopy. They weren't even like tightened. And then things would get tighter as years would go on. And now WWE's got a pretty firm, symmetrical ring, but
And the WCW World Champion, International
oh, what the fuck are you doing, Ric Flair?
World Champions right here, and Flair hit hard that time. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Rude looked disappointed in that exchange there. He kind of tagged Vader out annoyingly.
Ernie ready.
At Starrcade. Uh-oh, Hennig back that time. He was pinned that time, and Hennig's back up against the
We got two Ricks, a Steve and a Leon in there with Pee Wee Anderson and a Harley on the outside.
You can hear Flair scream out in pain. Oh, my. Flair needs to get
Shout out to the late Pee Wee Anderson, who's been dead 25 years at least now. Oh, my God.
450 pounds. Down.
Just moved about 6 inches.
You're right.
Straight up.
Straight up.
Gonna go up top again. Not again. Flair's hurt.
Flair is really hurt bad too.
Uncensored 97. We should have watched an uncensored. By the way, we're not going to be here next Sunday for a watch along because it is Mother's Day.
In front of a sold-out Charlotte.
But we are going to be here next Saturday for Backlash. For Backlash.
Stayed in there.
Tito, for Backlash.
Wrestled his match and won.
We will be here Saturday for Backlash.
Flash on the top. He's gonna do it again.
Here we go. Superplex. Good grief.
Oh, I think we've seen the end of an era right here.
Yeah, hardly Bobby Heenan.
Flair desperately needs to tag out, but he cannot even get
And once again, we're just several months away from Hogan
Vader.
coming into the company.
Between Sting and Flair.
I wanted to look up
Keeping Flair in.
Feel like something about being a
Super Brawl
You can feel a man's strength. You can feel him weak.
1994. That would have been the next month, right? So what happened at that show?
Vader has Flair's number. He
Results.
where he wants it.
Yeah, but he's not.
What's the fucking main event?
He doesn't want to pin him.
No,
He wants to break him in half.
it's Flair beating Vader.
He's saying all the way to the top. Oh no! Vader's going all the way up.
Oh no. Is he gonna Oh, I thought he was gonna try to Hurricane Rana him. Now this is a superplex.
Vader's on the top rope this time.
That is just insane bump. The crowd needs to appreciate that, man. None of them even budged for that.
Yeah, you're right. 1974, 20 years ago.
Damn, the plane crash was 20 years ago back in these days. Oh, man. Plane crashed in Wilmington, North Carolina, where I used to live.
Oh no! Oh no! Not.
Oh, no.
It's over, I think.
This will be the 4th consecutive time. Vader's got it. He's going to end a career right here.
Yeah, if he lands this, he's gonna.
He's going to look at Sting.
Sting getting him out of there.
Sting had to do that or it was over. Flair rolls out. DDT.
That was a nice DDT.
If it wasn't for Sting, I think it'd been all over for Ric Flair.
Now Rude's in this as well. He's rolling back in. He's got a tip. He's got your tip. And now he's got neck.
Oh, yeah, the final match that we're watching tonight happens at Super Brawl the next month. I love that Bockwinkel is there, too, which is crazy. Count out. Oh. Yeah.
Vader and Flair both have been.
Was it elimination?
What happened, Tony? Look, Flair needs some help out. As Rude goes over the top, they are carrying Ric Flair out.
Look at Bobby. Oh, I forgot they kind of did commentary right there at ringside.
I've never seen Ric Flair helped out of a ring like that.
Doug Dillinger and some security people just helping Flair out. It's down.
Oh, God, Sting's going to die or fly. Nope. All right. Sting and Rude battling on the aisleway platform. I love that thing. Sting to the top.
Word on the back about his condition. And Sting and Rude are
God, Rude could always do a tremendous backdrop, man.
Can somebody get me word for what's going on back there? Get me word on Flair's condition, please. Will someone please?
What's that about? Oh,
Sting's hurt too.
I think Rude countered that atomic drop.
If they walk Flair by where Vader is, he'll finish him off in the back. You should get a camera back there.
You're right.
Bobby is just yelling. Get a camera back there.
Now,
Hey, bud.
I mean, he'll
What are you doing?
fight down in the cement there and break his back.
now Rude.
Taking out Sting.
Has joined us. He's back on headset, and I tell you what, welcome to your first day at WCW, Commissioner.
Oh, it's Bockwinkel's first day?
Why would you get involved?
Damn.
I gotta say this.
Bobby and Bockwinkel back together. That's awesome.
Work was going to be this hectic. But why would you get involved? Like, I understand you're the commissioner, but you don't know what's going on here. Let him go at it.
That's true. But I never approved of chairs as anybody else did. And in the condition that Flair is in, my God, I'm sorry. I had to step in.
You can't protect people. You just to call it down the line. Come on.
All right.
I'll say, so Nick Bockwinkel pretty much came out and made that ruling, which is silly.
As well, and now two longtime rivals. Two men who will be crossing away from each other in that big six-man
Yeah.
Super Brawl.
Thunder Cage. We're watching that.
One thing about Rude,
2 matches from now.
endurance, and both you
That's tonight's main event. I'll do the Michael Buffer intro if you want. If he's not there.
I've just gotten word that they have taken Ric Flair into a private dressing room, and there's some officials from WCW that have gone in there.
Oh.
I don't really know what the condition of Ric Flair or what is transpiring right now. But I will find out for you.
Thank you, Bobby. Get on that. Find out. Does Bobby have different people in his headset than Tony Schiavone has in his? How does that work? Call the hotline, guys. It's the easiest money you'll ever make.
Ric Flair's and what is going on here?
Rude right now looking good.
Rude always looks good.
I don't like that Rude died in 1999. That is just nuts.
First chin lock is
Absolutely nuts.
checking in. Wow, it's a barn burner. It's been since the opening bell of tonight.
I'm soaking wet.
Come on, boy. Is this the show? What's the show that Pillman fucks with Heenan? That can't be here. That's got to be a ways off. It's a couple years later.
Vader was going to end it all with a chair, and thank goodness for Nick Bockwinkel.
Or a year later, maybe.
And there you take a look at ravishing Rick Rude, the WCW International World
What's up, bro?
the man who has the big gold belt. The man, all of the force on the back of
I should build a platform for you so people can see you.
Orndorff against Sting, Flying Brian and Dustin Rhodes.
The commission right now over here is talking to some people. I don't know if they're his staff members. They don't look like anybody I know, but he's talking to them about going in the back or something. Something's going on back there. I've got to know.
Bobby's got to know.
Journalist.
He's always a broadcast journalist.
Oh, it looks to me like
He's like the worst one ever.
a rule with an iron fist.
Oh, we got an electric chair. Boom.
You are seeing some of the things that made Sting a three-time world champion.
There we go.
A U.S. champion. A tag team champion. He goes down on the knees. And
Trying to
Rude
get you on camera. There we go.
up to the task as always.
Stay there.
Oh, this is great. What a great fight.
That's it.
This is not a wrestling match. This is one great fight.
Love that.
Boy, and I'll tell you, Tony, I can just see it. Down the road here at WCW.
Now, this is one thing I enjoyed about WCW at the time is that you could tune into them, this
Overheard. They don't really want to
distant number 2 to WWE, and get a match like Sting versus Rick Rude. I mean, in their primes, essentially. It amazes me how far behind WCW was to WWE, considering the fucking talent they had there, man. Tito, you got to sit still, bro. You're making me nervous. Oh, you want to swat at me now? Oh. He's too close to the ropes. Too close to the ropes. Yep.
Foot is on the ropes.
Wow. They're coming unglued here, Tony.
A reversal. Pick out.
Boom. Oh.
Rude, great timing that time. tremendous
Tombstone.
Sting, he's going to try the pile driver. Sting.
Ugh.
That's it. Let's go.
This is early 94. Undertaker and Bryan Lee would steal that and use it as the finish for SummerSlam 94. Oh, my God, what a stinger splash from the top. He got him. I thought Rude was kicking out. That was great. Oh, it is elimination. Okay. I didn't catch that earlier. That was awesome. Sting taking down Rick Rude. Great finish. That's what... See, WCW just had a different feel, than WWE, and that's why I've always maintained that that's really important, that if you're going to have a number one and a number two, luckily we have that right now, that they do different shit, they feel differently. And WCW felt so much differently than WWE, and you'd get the type of matches there that you wouldn't get in WWE. Their TV shows were mostly enhancement matches and, and promos and things like that, and you could just get bonkers matches on the Clashes and Saturday nights and stuff, and that's what made WCW special. Well, the next one, I've never seen this one. I did not order Sold Out 1999. This is right after, of course, Starrcade 1998, when Kevin Nash beat Goldberg and ended his streak, winning the World Heavyweight title with help from Scott Hall, who stunned Goldberg with a stun gun. Now it's the January pay-per-view, Sold Out, and they are putting a stun gun on a ladder. So this is Goldberg versus Scott Hall, stun gun ladder match from WCW Sold Out 1999. The runtime on this one is 25 minutes and 14 seconds. And then after this, we just have one match left, and then we are done for the night. But this one should be fun. I remember nothing about it. I don't think I ever saw it, and I don't recall caring much about Sold Out 1999. I was getting ready to go to WrestleMania in a couple of months, and we just had that crazy Royal Rumble with Rockin' Mankind, and WWE was doing crazy shit around this time. So Sold Out, probably wasn't on my radar, and I don't recall purchasing this or have no memories of it whatsoever. So we're going to watch the ladder match, and this is a pretty long match. I'm hoping this doesn't suck too bad. Goldberg and Scott Hall stun gun ladder match, Sold Out 1999. All right, let's rock it on this one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. For life. Oh, now we got more modern, NWO. We haven't watched I guess we did in 2000. But this is still considered probably classic WCW. We are a couple of weeks after the finger poke of doom, of course, which was just a wonderful idea.
He comes to us from Tulsa, Florida, and is one of the most well-known wrestling stars in the world today. He is one of the partners of the former World Tag Team Champion Outsiders. He is
Scott Hall starting to probably have some problems around this time.
now known as Hollywood Black and White and the NWO Wolfpack, known as the Red and Black.
Yeah, because he had already they already done the drunk thing with Nash, I think, the previous year. I think it was a Halloween Havoc match with Hall and Nash. Hall versus Nash. We watched that. It had to be Halloween Havoc 98 is when I think that was. And they were feuding. And then Nash kind of had to teach him a lesson, and then Hall comes back to help Nash win. And then they finger poke, I think, the next night. The same night Foley wins the title. But they were still going to have some residual, popularity that was going to hang in there for a little while. Crowds were still going to be solid. Ratings weren't going to be too bad, even though WWE was sticking their foot up their asses. They were still a viable product, pulling in money, Hey, yo. Hey, yo. I love that. Hey, yo, Tito.
I got some good news, and I got some bad news.
Oh, they did dub over the Wolfpack theme, huh? Okay. I didn't realize that.
Good news is that got to get a look at the guy who's 6'6".
But were they still doing Wolfpack by this time when they all reunited with Hogan during the finger poke? That was just a couple weeks earlier, right? So maybe they went back to the original NWO. Were they still doing the Wolfpack in 99? Or did it all kind of get reset there in the finger poke? I don't really remember.
Is that the former champ, Bill Goldberg?
I feel like that might have been the right music.
You remember him, you know.
But I could be wrong.
I'm the guy who ended his undefeated streak.
Oh, really? Northern Sea. Fiber optic job in 99, 2000. That was right when I got there. I stayed there. I was down there for a decade or so.
Took away
Loved it.
precious gold belt.
Living on the beach. Can't beat it.
And I just found out from the medical staff that when Bill found out that he had to wrestle Scott Hall, he wet his pants,
Oh.
he slipped in it,
Oh.
and now he's got a boo-boo on his knee.
Yep.
So that makes me the guy who ended Goldberg's career.
Nice. That would be Gunther, Scott Hall. You have not met him yet. He's probably like 8.
So
How old was Gunther in 1999?
there ain't gonna be no match tonight.
8.
Referee, go ahead and
No, maybe 12. Maybe 13.
We haven't heard that. We've had, he's an NWO liar is what he is.
He's an NWO liar, man.
Better than the
He wet himself. Slipped in it. I love Scott Hall. Look at that girl. Bouncing up and down for Hogan or for Goldberg. I took some girls to wrestling shows before, and a couple of them marked out real hard for The Rock. I mean, real hard. And it was kind of fun to watch them geek out like that. Because then you get credit for the good time, you know?
now.
It's like on a first date, you know, if you're going to go to a movie, take her to like an action movie or something with just like a lot of energy and action and fun. And she'll subconsciously credit you for that fun. You know, so don't go watch something sappy on date number 1. Oh, look at the knee pad on Goldberg. Gonna have to amputate it. He got a boo-boo. He wet himself, slipped in it, got a boo-boo on his leg, and now I'm the guy who ended Bill Goldberg's career. Even though there's an 11-year-old kid in Germany or something that could be coming. Buffer. The buffer with the descriptions. You know, WWE never did that. You didn't hear Finkel, and Finkel had a great voice. They could have easily done the buffer thing with Finkel and had him go through all this shit. But that crossover with Buffer, I mean, it was minor, you know, but the crossover with Buffer, you know, the way he did the announcing here, the same way he would for boxing events, it kind of put these two in the same boat, gave WCW a little bit more like legitimacy, I guess, in that realm, having Buffer there, plus the biggest names in the industry and the way they'd hype these matches up. You know, they definitely did a good job of doing that with Michael Buffer. But they did still have the Dungeon of Doom, so. He was 11, all right. I was in the right neighborhood there. Gunther was 11 when this match happened. I was about to be 22. Or had just turned, actually, I just turned 21 4 or 5 months ago.
High above the ring is the stun gun. The ladder is on the outside. The object here, Mike, today would be to beat your opponent to where he cannot defend you getting the ladder, climbing up and grabbing the gun.
There is only one way to win. That's by using that stun stick on your opponent.
Stun stick.
No rules, no time limit. But did you notice what I did as Goldberg made his way to
Well, he's wearing a brace on it.
100% for this match.
He will be, though. He'll get warmed up. He certainly is approaching a little bit different.
I mean, it's crazy that this match is even happening. They should have still been running with Goldberg here. I mean, think about who he could be defending on this show if he would have not lost to Nash at Starrcade. Who would have been next in line, you think? He had the great match with DDP at Halloween Havoc. I don't know what the hell he did at the World War III if he did anything. And then Starrcade, he worked Nash. But you could have had him work with a whole number of guys. Put him in there with Flair or Luger or whoever the fuck they had at the time that was a heel. Doing heel things. I know he worked Giant already. He had already worked and beat the Giant, and he's heading over to WWE the following month to interfere at St. Valentine's Massacre. So Giant, Big Show's already out of WCW, probably. Nice. I'm 11 months older than you, Northern DC. That's cool. Be right back.
So far, so good as far as testing out the leg, it appears.
He looked up, you know, he's been like Superman. He may just try to fly up there and grab that.
Is that ladder tall enough? They're going to have to stand on that top rope to reach that center.
Went over to the fridge to grab a cold one, and Tito is taking a big fat shit in the litter box, so that's nice. Luckily, it's self-cleaning, but it still kind of stinks. Oof.
Scott Hall hit him with an array of pretty good shots of his own, but you can see it had no effect on Goldberg.
And Mike, didn't Goldberg say he was going to stay focused this time?
He's not let his eyes off of Scott Hall, has he? From the time that he walked out, when he was introduced to the crowd, he has been focused firmly on Scott Hall.
Cody Rhodes will beat Roman Reigns, Satin Milk says. Who do you guys think is going to win the main event of WrestleMania 40? I think it's a toss-up right now. I'm hoping Cody does finish the story, but you never know. I'm hoping we get some people showing up, you know, maybe like Undertaker or maybe even Cena or something. Might be fun, you know. Just throwing it out there, you know. You know, we'll see Rollins out there, of course. But you don't really know who's going to win. It's hard to call at this point. Let me know who you think's going to win main event in Philly. I'm cheering for Cody hard, man. I'm with you, Satin.
With the body slam. I'm sorry, guys, but I think Goldberg is favoring that left knee.
And he's letting Hall know it. That's the bad part. I always with the thinking he put two braces on. That way he don't know which leg's bad.
Well, they know which leg's bad. They attacked it earlier.
Well, but you don't know if they nailed him from behind. He went down. You don't know how
They
they
knew
did it.
exactly what they wanted. I tell you, Goldberg has had his share of injuries during these years of football.
Now, does Goldberg really have a dinged-up knee here, or is it a worked injury?
Trying to stay off that left leg.
Let me go wrangle Tito, and because he's doing a pretty good job of selling or faking a knee injury. Tito's going nuts. Hold on.
That leg's not going to get any better out here.
There are moments like these, if you can shut out the pain, if you can persevere, it's what legends are made of. Goldberg's a legend in his own right already, but this will even further the legend if he can survive this.
You got to stay in here, okay, buddy? You're interrupting the ladder match. Why don't you have a seat? There you go.
Scott Hall
Good boy.
continuing to work on the leg.
I haven't seen Goldberg in this much pain his whole career.
I haven't seen Goldberg in this much trouble in a match. One-on-one.
Sneak attacks from behind. Stun guns. What it boils down to.
Hall knows what he's doing. He's
Of course
no
he does.
rookie.
The New World Order, they know what they're doing. Win
Oh.
at all costs.
Then nobody's even gone for a ladder yet.
Win at all costs.
Crusher, happy early birthday, or happy late birthday.
The steel ring post, and I think he caught the steel steps of the
43 you are now.
Scott Hall
Going for the ladder.
that's exactly where
Man, we're all getting old. Jesus Christ.
in the entryway. And once again, he's
Yeah, Satin. We actually talked about that in the podcast yesterday, that Cody and Roman might be what they're doing, which might explain why Roman is being taken off TV for June. A lot of people are wondering what the hell's going on with that, but it might be because after the Jacob match, it's going to be Cody, and that's kind of a match that
that ladder.
they might do champion versus champion. I don't know if it's been announced or something. And that means you don't really need to build too much of that. So he doesn't really need to be on Raw. He might just need to show up on SmackDown in a couple nights.
Goldberg needs to rethink his strategy here. Try to use some moves that does not involve, like that, picking up a man, putting weight on the bad leg.
Yeah, I'm curious if this is a worked injury or not, just to give Goldberg an extra obstacle degree of difficulty. Otherwise, you think he would just fucking murder Scott Hall for costing him his streak in his championship. The little ass ladder, man. Oh, he's going to do the WrestleMania 10 thing. Boom. That's what Shawn did to him at WrestleMania 10.
I think that caught Goldberg in the midsection as it came off the apron.
I think if it got him in the midsection, he was very lucky. I thought maybe it hit him on the knee. I did too.
We already saw Cody Rhodes vs. Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Oh, yeah, we did. That's right. I remember doing a video on it. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I think Cody did win that, if memory serves.
You're right, Mike. He's in trouble. And if Hall can get that taser, it's in real trouble.
Remember, to win the match, you get
We can look it up on Wikipedia to confirm,
as Goldberg.
but I'm pretty sure at WrestleMania 40, Cody did win that match.
Goldberg has been hurt here.
Please fact check that, because you don't. It's hard to remember.
Laceration and
Oh, Goldberg's busted. Open bad. I love that they've spray painted NWO on the ring mat.
to the side of the head.
All right, so we got some big time color on William Goldberg here.
Pushing.
Look at everyone standing.
I think in a shoot, Scott Hall would beat the shit out of Bill Goldberg. Maybe not 99 Scott Hall, though. I think he's kind of slowing down a bit, but Scott Hall is not a guy I would mess with. Homie has a body count. And he's never really been intimidated by too many people. And he's a big dude. So I think if those guys ever scuffled in the locker room, it might not be good for Goldberg. Ugh.
Trying to pull himself up.
Nice elbow coming here. Yeah! Good stuff for 1999. All this money these guys are making, you're expecting them just to walk through some of these matches, but that was a solid elbow by Scott Hall there.
What an elbow drop from Scott Hall. Once again,
See what I mean about how the ring is? You know, when he lands on the mat, just like that pow, you know, and that bounce that there is in it that you just didn't seem to get in the WWE ring. Or at least visually, you didn't.
right there, Goldberg at the mercy of Scott Hall. Once again, the difficult part.
I did see Cena is going to be at Backlash. At Backlash.
Goldberg out, and that's it. Be able to climb up there.
I don't know why he needs to be at Backlash,
Normal man.
but he's going to be there.
This is the phenomenal.
I guess the new deal that he has signed is going to require him to be appearing at most pay-per-views. And I know at Backlash, it's also going to be on ESPN.
Goldberg's back up.
Hall don't know it, though.
And he's stalking him from behind. Good move by Goldberg to get him from behind where he can't see him. Goldberg, oh,
All right, just suplexes him off the ladder there.
What a display of power.
an incredible.
WCW sold out in 1999. What is the date and where is it at?
Leave you breathless is what it'll do. A belly to back.
January 17th, 99, probably the week before the Rumble. Charleston, West Virginia. 10K in here. All right, they got 10,000 people in the house here. It's not a bad house, actually.
Goldberg can look.
West Virginia.
While he's trying to move.
Woo!
Jab him in the gut.
Fucking 10,000 cousins.
Raise the ladder high. Welts across the back on that one. What a brutal matchup.
We knew
This
it
is
was
great.
this.
I love Goldberg bleeding.
Absolute carnage in the
Scott Hall looks like he's actually trying in there.
This was all brought upon by the New World Order. They set the
It's not going to be in the top 100 ladder matches of all time, but
guys like Goldberg,
it's fun-ish.
extremes for revenge. Goldberg gonna pull himself up because Scott Hall's almost there. He reached for it.
And what's the deal here? If you get the stun gun, you can use it, but the finish still has to be a 3 count? Oh. Or if you get the stun gun as the match over, and then you can use it on your opponent.
A break for Goldberg.
Now Goldberg, set that ladder up and get up to the top and start zapping.
Exactly.
And start zapping.
Got a lot left here, Brain.
Yeah, he does.
Snapped his head back, but Scott Hall, the first man to
Oh.
Oh, football days. You're not getting swatted. The ladder with one hand. Clothesline him with another. And Hall back to the knee.
Well, Hall's fresh. I mean, he's been beat on a bit, but I mean, look at Goldberg. He can't walk. His head's busted open.
Now look at this. He's setting up the ladder in the corner.
That ladder's barely stable, though. It's teetering. If it falls before the bump happens, ouch. There we go. Oh, of course the ladder falls on him.
Their careers, their livelihoods, their bodies on the line.
That's the reversal. That may be the opening that Goldberg needs.
But what he needs to do is incapacitate.
He's got to use the ladder.
Oh, man. Oh, right in the gut.
The Goldberg spear, that time with a ladder.
Oh, it's the same spot, same bumps that he was doing with Shawn 5 years earlier.
Go up. Go get it.
He's not done yet, Brain.
God, watch out. Oh, I would not want to take a face shot from Goldberg with that ladder. I would not trust him.
Get up. Can he climb a ladder with that bad leg? Can he see where he's going?
That's a great point.
I'd trust Stokely Hathaway to do my taxes before I'd trust that.
Bill Goldberg. And they have to Scott Hall.
Ooh. You got to hold both ends of it, Goldberg. He just tosses it.
I think Goldberg, for a moment, forgot all about the taser. He just was grabbing the ladder and using it.
Outside of that one Elimination Chamber match where Triple H beats him, that Chamber, has he ever been in a cage match, Goldberg?
Look at the ladder, though, Tony. It's not flush on the mat.
I feel like he's been in one at least. Drop kick on the ladder, up, down. Tweaking the knee there.
They take Goldberg out right now.
He didn't go down, though. He did not go down. I can't see how the ladder's got to be bent. It's going to have to be wobbly for anyone to get up and get it.
And to climb a
Oh,
broken ladder.
ouch.
that high.
The fans here are standing, as you said earlier, Mike, in disbelief. In witness to one of the
In disbelief.
encounters we have had on a WCW pay-per-view event. Scott Hall, ladder in hand, will attempt to rise to the top again. Now that's about what, the third rung maybe will be able to get it?
Third down.
He's close.
He can reach it. Goldberg's back up.
I love back in the day the Mounties stun gun, and they would put in the sound effect like the zzz. It was so dumb. Oh no! Oh no! Scott Hall attempted to come off the ladder and crotch himself, but those tight-ass WCW cable ropes, he didn't land it. He didn't middle it. Landed on his quad, not his quad, but his hamstring, I guess, and just fell completely backwards onto his head.
He's had so many big moments before, and here he goes slowly.
I wonder if he was attempting to do the Shawn spot when Shawn gets crotched and then wraps his legs in the rope. But I think WCW's cables are just too tight to do that. Who's this? Is that Disco? Ugh. He pushes Goldberg off. Oh, my God. I can't believe I'm laughing at a bump like that. Oh, that is bad. Oh, that could have been so bad. It's like that Vince McMahon where he guillotines himself under the bottom rope, which happened around the same time, actually, right before the Royal Rumble in '99. It kind of reminded me of that. Oh, my God. Damn, Goldberg ate shit on that one.
Look at that ladder. It's not steady.
Of course it's not. But give Goldberg.
Hall might get to this stun gun thanks to Dickbag Inferno over here. He's got it. Now he can stun Goldberg. Give him a stone cold stunner. Oh, that's how you win? You zap your opponent? Damn, it's really making a noise, too. Is that real? I feel like that's a real zapper or something. Or maybe there's a guard on it I don't know. Oh, damn. That was a great kick to the face, and that taser went flying into the crowd, I think. Oh, it's right there. It's by the... It's on the side of the ring. The fans are going, right here, right here. Look at Goldberg falling out of the ring. Oh, he's got it. Stun his face. Put it on his face. Taser time. Oh, ouch. I feel like that might be a real taser. Oh, no. Hall's hair. Uh-oh. Is there a ref here to make this call once he stuns him? I have no idea what happens here. Does he not stun him? Oh. Speared him. He's not going to use the stunner? Or the taser? Jackhammer. But you still have to taser him. Don't tase me, yo. Hey, yo. Don't tase me. Is he going to really do it? He's getting ready. Oh, there's Bam Bam. There's Bam Bam. I forgot about this little issue, Goldberg and Bam Bam. They had a couple good matches, I think. Bigelow just came in from ECW. Took the money. Helping out Scott Hall. He did not get along with the Click. Why is he stunning Bam Bam? That's crazy. And he's zapping them both, and Bam Bam too. That is crazy. Hall got the last laugh after all of that. Oh my God. Okay. Well, it's it's gonna be right about 3 hours. So now it's time for our main event tonight. This one should be fun. Let me kill our timer here. We'll get set up for this next one. This is the 6-man cage. This is from Super Brawl 4. It's Dustin Rhodes, Flying Brian, and Sting versus Rick Rude, Paul Orndorff, and Steve Austin. Super Brawl 4. And this one is 18 minutes and 6 seconds long over on the YouTube link. So click the link and get ready here. But mine is acting funny, so just give me a second while I get it together here. And I forgot, this was, I think we said it was 1990 on this one, right? Yeah, it was February 20th, 1994. Cool. All right. So that's what we're going to watch. And this is the Thunder Cage match. It's the main event of Super Brawl 4. I don't think I ever saw this match before. It just looked like a cool one to watch. Should be pretty chaotic and a pretty good example of what classic WCW was like. So here we go with our main event of our WCW Watch-a-thon tonight. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right. Oh, yeah, it's got that crazy top on it, right? And here's Rude back with them same tights we saw him in the last match. So we've seen Rude a couple of times. We've seen Austin a couple of times. Sting a couple of times. Steiner a couple of times. First look at Orndorff here. Couple of Vader matches. We got a big taste of WCW tonight. I think, you know, one of the only key names we kind of missed was maybe Cactus Jack. But we got at least a sample of a lot of good people from this era. Oh, that's interesting. To set up this cage here, they had to take apart part of the walkway, I guess. They should have built the cage around it, and had the door on top of where the ramp is. Genius. It would look cool as hell, too. Orndorff and Austin. And Rude. My God. Orndorff and Rude together is pretty fun because when Rick Rude was coming into the WWF and Orndorff was leaving, they feuded. Rick Rude came in and basically took over Orndorff's spot, essentially. Not only like with the Heenans, but with in the company. There it is. Man called Sting. Man called Sting. February 1994. I had just started working in restaurants. Months before that, I'm in my 33rd year.
Remember, anything goes. Randy Anderson only had to count a winner. We talked so much about revenge and Vader's revenge, and Vader wanting to get back at Ric Flair. There's a revenge motive also. It's the man standing on the outside, Colonel Rob Parker, dressed in white. He wants revenge for having to don the chicken suit on WCW Saturday night back about 21 days ago. And he wants revenge on one Flying Brian.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Boy, there's a lot going on, Tony.
A lot going on.
I wonder if I can get word from the dressing room area on the condition of anyone.
Well, you heard me, Gene Okerlund, say that Cactus Jack and Max Payne will be on the Wrestling Hotline tonight for our post-event program if they are able. So make sure you give them a call to see about their condition.
If they're able. Those two half-wits will try out for the Olympics tomorrow.
I know, the cage got a Hell in the Cell look to it. WCW did this cage a lot. Kind of had like the Dallas Cowboys stadium roof to it. They kind of went up like a prison yard would, so you can't like really climb out of that.
For the U.S. title, they know each other quite well.
Which I think a roof is more fun because you can climb on it. But really, to prevent guys from getting out, that's all you would really need to do. I'm not even sure if like El Clone could climb Spider Monkey his way out of that. If you just angle the top of it. God, I love this. I mean, the WCW is still in its classic form here with the Natural, with Stunning Steve, with Flying Brian, with Sting. Like, especially those four, not so much Rude and Orndorff. They feel like New York guys to me, but, you know, the other four just embody what classic WCW was. Like I said, I lived in the South, and I had a lot of young Southern friends, you know, and I'd always hear about Sting. I love Sting. Flying Brian. WCW was really popular around where I lived. I heard those names mentioned, you know, at school, at recess, on the bus, whatever, just as often as Hogan or anybody else in the business.
Look at the Colonel. He's pacing back and forth.
A couple of friends had Sting posters on their wall and stuff. It was crazy.
You know that. Tony, I could get him out here.
Bobby, what makes this cage, this Thunder cage, different than other cages is that to use the cage, you must take your opponent out of the ring. Regular cage match, only thing you got to do is whip your opponent to the ropes. And
You can already see Orndorff's right arm there is severely atrophied, very small. And he's got that nerve or neck condition or whatever it was that he had, that he just lost all of his mass on the right side.
Oh, it's a horrible thought.
Being in there is a horrible thought.
Stunning Steve. Sting, shoulder block.
Ooh, ouch.
He blew his knee. Now what had happened? Would he have to go back to the dressing room and be 3 against 2? No, get the knee.
Damn.
There's the great move. Oh, no, there it is. Scorpion deathlock. He ducked the clothesline. Sting taking on everybody. But he can't beat everybody. There's too many of them.
No.
Almost. They hooked the tights as well. Remember.
Whoa.
Damn.
Oh, my right hands.
That's the United States champion in there.
That's right.
Stunning Steve Austin.
And he can't leave the ring area. He's caught with the Thunder Cage. Now they're on the outside.
Jesus, Austin went flying into that. The Thunder Cage.
And Flying Brian.
WCW's had this thing for so many years. I'm pretty sure this is the same shit they built. The Hogan's Piper cage is made out of. The same one.
Permanent check marks on his back.
It's flimsy as all hell, but that's kind of why I like it. I always like the grittiness of WCW. It just didn't look like it's together or
Do you remember how to film?
as high tech as WWE. We watched that one. I think it was the big, what's the big cage match with the Alliance versus the Dangerous Alliance versus all the baby faces. And when they were lowering the cage, it was all like tilted. I'm like, look at the fucking cage. It's going to fall apart. That's why, that's part of the charm. Ooh. Oh my God. Brian and Austin going at each other here. They had broken up, I guess, the previous year, right? Oh. Pillman's blading, 100%.
Thunder Cage. Look at the size of this cage. Look at this. Look at this, Tony.
Look at this, Tony.
Dustin Rhodes.
Who is legal or does it matter?
I think Stunning
Who is legal or does it matter?
Well, Orndorff's doing a number out here on Brian Pillman.
He's opened him up. He's bleeding a little bit from the forehead.
Well, Flying Brian's not flying, is he?
No, he's grounded.
He's grounded.
Get back, Orndorff.
A look at Rashid Rick Rude, WCW International World Champion. He did not come to the Thunder Cage with a belt on. Neither did Stunning Steve. Belts do not matter here. This is a grudge match of epic proportions.
Look at what this thing is made out of. Wow.
On the Thunder Cage. And the year's just begun.
What is the rest of the year going to be like here at WCW?
Oh, you guys just wait what the rest of the year is going to be like. You guys are going to about to get Hulkamania'd here very soon. It's probably already in the works by this point.
He's cut. And Rude making sure that the
I'm curious what the actual date was when Bischoff did approach Hogan for the first time. Was it 93? Late 93? Or was it early 94? And by the time you got to the summer, he's there.
Six-man Thunder Cage. First time ever. A double Thunder Cage event on pay-per-view.
Flying Brian's got to get back to his corner. You see? He should have ran right for his corner.
You're right. That's a good point, Bobby. Waistline
Nice. Suplex to Pillman.
on the neck.
There comes Orndorff with those elbows.
We're seeing some great action here. Tag. An injured Flying Brian. A helpless Flying Brian right now. World champion Rick Rude.
Rude going to the top.
Up top. Oh, no. He couldn't get up. The fans were behind him. Dustin and Sting. 1, 2. No, sir. Dustin and Sting were encouraging him on, but he could not get up.
Well, he's got to get to that corner, Tony.
So we have half the match passed away and half not. Orndorff, Rude, and Pillman are gone. But Austin and Sting
Use this, I would say,
and Dustin are all still here.
to his advantage.
Pillman busted open.
Best bet is to turn the TV off. He don't want to see this.
Now, I'm not sure if Vader's watching this or not. He may be tearing up another dressing room.
He may have smashed his TV.
Stunning Steve.
Boom.
And once again, a helpless Flying Brian. Oh, my. They're just taking their shots at
I love the hopping of. A lot of the referees did that.
I can't wait to see this Saturday on WCW Saturday night.
But especially Pee Wee loved to do the hop, the big jump.
I bet you most of the wrestlers here will be in body tags.
So him and Hildebrand both were really. Mark Curtis were really animated. Oh my God, that was amazing! Holy shit! Right on the button with that drop kick. Austin off the second rope and Pillman just levels him. Perfect drop kick to the face. And Austin is tagging out into Orndorff, and here comes Sting. Great camera shot here over the cage.
Sting, the French man, made it in. Well, he about took Rude's head off.
Look at Austin in the ropes. It's very Bob Orton-like. He'd do that shit a lot.
Linomania. And Paul Orndorff is in the wrong neighborhood.
Is Orndorff blading too? Is he? What's Sting doing to him out there? He's dragging him.
Orndorff in trouble.
Oh. Feel like Orndorff could be blading now.
Tony, look at him. Look at him, Tony. I'd rather not.
I'd rather not.
I had to see this closer. Well, that's what our cameras are for. Watch your monitor here. The excitement level, I can't help it. Again, Orndorff.
Look out. Nope.
Orndorff. He's opened up. I think it's his eyebrow.
Yeah, you knew Orndorff was definitely blading down there. All right, finally, Dustin Rhodes. Little Dustin. Dustin is still active. It's amazing to me that we're watching a match that's 32 years old. And he's still going. Sting just stopped.
He's ready to fight.
And Austin had a match 4 years ago. Fucking crazy.
1, 2, count along with us, Bob. Work to 5. Oh, we stopped. Well, it's not like I take my shoes off. Great desperation move by Orndorff. You know, it's got to be a hard thing for the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, to watch his son in the ring in this kind of a match inside of a thunder cage. You know, the feelings of a father. Imagine him watching this. I think it's funny.
I think it's funny.
Tag, Rude. Dustin, who hit the turnbuckle hard, gathers his senses back. Right hand. What a night of action.
Rude and Dustin. It's great.
Bulldog.
Bulldog coming. Oh my God, what a counter to the running Bulldog. Hanging up Dustin. Rough landing. Yo, welcome to the family, Northern Sea. Juliet's hooked you up with a channel membership. Thanks, Juliet.
Boy, he picked the man up and set him down that top turnbuckle. That's right. Whoa, my goodness. We may have a middle turnbuckle bent in the back. And that's
Wow.
You are seeing 6 of the greatest wrestlers in the world. 6 of the greatest athletes in the world.
Schiavone putting him over. Love it.
And don't stop there. We've been seeing it all through the night. With Terry Taylor, with Diamond Dallas Page, Harlem Heat, the Equalizer, Johnny B. Bad, the Freebirds, Regal and Arn.
We need to get some Regal, yeah. Next time, Regal, Arn, Harlem Heat. Get some matches from those guys. We didn't see any of them tonight. I think we might have seen Arn. I like appear somewhere. I guess Harlem Heat too. But no Booker. I didn't see Booker T anywhere tonight. We got no Booker T matches. Got to show Booker some love soon.
Yeah, the secret of this kind of a match is very simple.
Next time we do a Vault watch along, whatever we might do another one in June. We probably will, or maybe even this month in May. We probably will. I'll do a post on YouTube, and I will let you guys pick the matches, and I'll give the members first crack at it. I'll make it a members-only post first, and then I'll give the regular subs a shot. Recommend matches. I'll pick all the best ones. Oh, and we'll do it. So it'll be viewer's choice next time around. This was Greg's choice.
He may have turned the knee. Colonel Parker is livid.
It's an interesting bump you can take on the cage like that Austin did.
He may have busted an ankle. No, he's
busted an ankle, turned a knee. Who knows what you could do out there?
Does not know the meaning of the word quit.
Stone Cold and Gold Dust.
In the ropes.
Fucking 1996 on you right here.
No, it's that they're that tough.
That has to be.
Oh, nice. Back elbow. Jeez.
It was the back of the head of Dustin and the mouth of Sonny Steve.
Come on, tag one of your baby faces to Pillman is gonna get the tag to Austin here,
But don't forget,
or tag to Pillman so he can start putting it to Austin. I mean,
opened up.
You can see it, but he's got a lot of energy left, apparently. Big back body drop.
ha, nice.
So much for
Way to go, Flying Brian. He was a great athlete, man, when he was young like that. God, prior to him getting hurt.
literally. We got all six. It's Thunder Cage.
Tony, I'm seeing the parking lot. I'm getting out of here.
What?
Tony, who knows where they're going to go? They might tip the cage over on us. Look at this.
Oh my God, rude over the top.
Double team.
Who's
Tony
leader?
Bryan is.
Look at this.
Nice. And Pillman pins Austin for the win. Look at the crowd, man. Oh, that was great. Let him out. Buy rate for this, by the way, 7,600 is the attendance. Albany Civic Center, Albany, Georgia. 110,000 buy rate. Oof.
He gave Sting the rude awakening on the floor. Sting is down and out.
Boy, did he take one in the face with that door.
Man, called Sting.
With the door and then a rude awakening.
All right. That was a fun match. I wasn't sure how that one was going to go, and that was definitely fun. And my point, or my goal of tonight, was to try to get as good of a taste of, what old WCW or classic WCW felt like, and even stretching it into the NWO years and the Monday Night Wars years, but also, some of those early 90 years and how great and different they felt. And I have a lot of personal memories of a lot of those times from these matches that we watched tonight. So that was fun. We'll do another one of these real soon. And like I said, next time I'm going to make it viewer's choice. And so make sure you're subscribed. You will see the post over on the community tab. I'll put up a post on YouTube and allow you guys just to suggest matches once we're ready to do it and I figure out what week we're going to do it on. And you guys can pick all the matches for next time. So keep that in mind. We will not be here 1 week from tonight because it's Mother's Day and I'm going to be busy with work and other things. Plus, I got a mama. Might want to show her some love too. So we won't be here next Sunday, but we will be here this coming Saturday because it's Backlash. It's Backlash. So the plan is tomorrow to probably be here for Monday Night Raw unless I'm unable to make it for some reason. We're going to be here probably Thursday. I got to look at my schedule. Thursday or Friday before SmackDown at the latest. We're going to be up here for, we'll go live for Backlash predictions, and we'll touch on whatever might have happened on Dynamite or any wrestling news that's going on. We'll hit all that in the afternoon since we're not going to be here for a Winged Eagle podcast on Saturday since we'll be watching and reviewing Backlash. So just keep that all in mind for the week. I'll start posting links for the predictions and for Backlash next week here probably in the next day or two. So just keep that in mind. And thanks again for hanging out this evening. I appreciate it. And we'll be catching y'all tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.